So good. I was enjoying that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 24 of A Blockbuster Year 1985. I'm Brandon Mindell. With me always is Jay Ryan. Tonight, we are here to talk about the often forgotten D.A.R.Y.L, otherwise known as the Data Analyzing Robot Youth Lifeform.
Just
Let's
wrap
pop in the
back here.
tape.
I love that jingle. It gets me every
Good.
time. It is like an 80s commercial. Somehow it's under my
Yeah.
skin.
Well, I went through a lot of royalty-free music to find that song, so.
I know what that's like. Well done. Cheers.
Tonight we are joined by a. Oh, I think we're losing your audio a little bit, Jay. You might have to. Yeah. Tonight we are joined by a very special guest, a new friend to me. Jay, you and Micah have hung out before, but we have World of Micah with us tonight.
Hey.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
I'm going to say a resident film locations expert, a D.A.R.Y.L film locations expert, a Edward Scissorhands film locations expert.
Definitely Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, if people are into filming locations or just what's going on in the Orlando area, check out World of Micah on YouTube. I've got it linked down in the description below. Micah, welcome to A Blockbuster Year. We are so glad to have you here.
Man, I feel like it was forever ago when we said we were going to do this that night. But It's so great to be on here. Brandon, Jay Ryan. This is awesome, man.
I agreed to this.
Yeah.
No, dude, I've been wanting to make sure I didn't miss it. I kept making sure, kept looking on my calendar. I'm like, I can't miss this, man. I did a lot of podcasts during the 2020 shutdown, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So this is cool. I haven't done one in a long time. So
yeah, we've been enjoying doing this show. Rewatching all of these movies and talking about them. And, people might also know Micah. Micah was on our special Adam the Woo episode that we did a few weeks ago from Florida. Yeah. Micah was a longtime friend of Adam. And it was such a treat to have you on that episode, but also just to finally meet you.
I feel like I've known you for a long time. Adam always talked about you, your dad, and I know Jay Ryan from the Pee-wee, and that was the Pee-wee I had, Jay,
that you brought
right there that I brought to California. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I picked this up on that trip. I got a Bounty Law. I know this is not D.A.R.Y.L, but I picked this up.
The New Beverly.
Yep, I picked that up at the New Beverly, and
cool.
Underneath it is a New Beverly their schedule. Yeah, I love the way they do it there. The font.
I really want one of those Rick Dalton shirts that has all the logos of, I think it's all the Italian movies that he did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a Rick Dalton stunt actor pin button somewhere that I picked up that night too, which was the night of the Sharon Tate murder. I ate it at Coyote.
I remember you telling us. I think I showed this on the show already, but this is the special edition 4K release of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that comes with a copy of the Bounty Law Mad magazine. That's
dang. I need to get that.
It's got the full Bounty Law parody in it.
Whoa.
Comes with there's a 45, a real 45 record with the
is it the Green Door?
Good Thing.
Oh,
Good Thing by Paul Revere and the Raiders, which I think is the song that Margot Robbie puts on the record. And then the B-side is Bring a Little Lovin'.
Los Lobos. Los Lobatos, yes. Dude,
but the
my
reason
top Spotify this year was half of it was that album, that Quentin Tarantino
was all
soundtrack.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes, I'm obsessed with that album because it has the radio spots on it, like KHJ and all that. I'm obsessed with that, man. When I was doing the locations out there, that's what I listened to the whole time.
Each one came with a random Italian Rick Dalton
That's awesome.
poster. So this is Opera Zone Dynamite.
That's insane.
I mean, money's no object. I would have a mid-century house up in the Hollywood Hills, and I would have the guest bedroom done with nothing but those posters.
Absolutely.
His Italian movies.
Yeah, this is a film I love. So I follow the new Bev on Instagram, and they're always posting about got the new shipment of the mugs in, or I always get shirts. I'm like, oh, I love the Rick Dalton Italian movies shirt.
Yeah.
So good. This is the second time I've showed this off on the show. This is one of my favorite things that I own, and I'm sure I'll show it off every time it comes up.
This is not professional at all, but I have to get this. I just got this in the mail.
I have,
and I'm reading
it. Yeah,
dude, it's different. It's really good. Like, we'll get to Daryl, but it starts off with Rick going and talking to Marvin Schwartz is his name, but they're in Marvin's office, and down in the reception his office is Cliff Booth waiting for him. So it's a little different, but I'm kind of excited because it's like part 2 of the same story, but you get more, because Quentin goes off on like little tangents in this, just like he does in the movie.
I'm blanking on the actress's name, but she was in The Hateful Eight. She played Daisy in The Hateful Eight, and her father was the actor who died in The Twilight Zone. She has 3 names.
Well, Vic Morrow was the one who died in The Twilight Zone. Is Morrow.
Yeah,
from Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes, she has 3 names.
Yeah, Stacy. Here you go.
What is her name?
I'll be your man. Stacy.
Come on, chat. Somebody's got to know. She's got 3 names.
Is there chat here tonight? Hey, I'm live with the guys. It's a Blockbuster year. There's Micah.
Riveting stuff. We're trying to remember an actress's name right now.
Stacy from Fast Times, huh? It's not Jennifer.
Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. Thank you. I knew we'd get there. So the
her
audio
dad was
book.
Vic Morrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
dude. Yeah. In the same year she filmed Fast Times, her mom and dad passed away like right before she started filming. If you watch the movie, she has this like gaze, like
it sure does. But I thought that was her being a great actress because of what the character's going through in the movie.
No, dude, she was going through that stuff in life.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
But so Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Go ahead with your point. Yeah.
She reads the audiobook of that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood expanded story. So if you get the audiobook, it's her reading it. That's all I wanted to say.
In my head, it's what's his name? Kurt Russell, just like in the movie. Yeah, I'm reading it like that.
Yeah.
Micah, I posed this question on the podcast before, but maybe you're someone to answer it. Why is Kurt Russell the narrator in that movie? We all love the movie, but why is
Quentin Tarantino really wanted to have a lot of the guys from those heyday actors to come in and do this. He had Burt Reynolds really at the top of his list, and
I get why he'd be in the movie. I guess creatively, I'm wondering why the choice of him, that character, the stunt guy, whatever he was in the movie.
Yeah, maybe he just likes his
storyteller of Once Upon a Time.
Right.
It's not.
And I think Quentin Tarantino likes his voice, and maybe he sounds the most like Quentin when he's like saying, that's a big fucking lie. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh, I just cussed on the internet. He just captures that sounds like Quentin. Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah. I also think that because he's the one who's sort of like maybe he's telling the story of what happened on the boat with Cliff Booth's wife, right? Because he's the one who's kind of defending Cliff Booth in that moment. So it's almost like it's like he tells that story, and so maybe it's like he's telling this whole story of Rick Dalton at some other film shoot or something. He's just telling this story, and it happens to be the narrator for the movie that we happen to be watching.
I'm so watching it again this weekend now because I love these points. Great points.
Seriously, it's like a once a week sometimes for me, man. I really get into a thing where I watch it like once a week.
Such a
at night.
Cool vibe. It's so much fun. It's like so weird and dark, and I just love that era of Hollywood. Like and
if you go to any of those spots, it looks the same, dude. We went out to where they did all the stuff, and we were like, it has the same vibe. The sun. Everything just looks, the lighting and everything there, it looks really good. It's cool. California is beautiful.
The Cinerama Dome is closed currently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they only show the outside of it usually anyway.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Lighting up.
So it doesn't look exactly the same as it does in the movie.
No.
Hey, do something. Put your D.A.R.Y.L up. I think we can mirror this.
I think you got to go the other side.
There it is.
I think you need to go to the other side, though.
Do we all have different displays? Oh, you did do it.
My computer is doing that. It's doing that thing.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's how it's working on my computer in the show.
All right.
Well, that's enough Once Upon a Time in Hollywood talk for the Blockbuster 1985 D.A.R.Y.L episode. We'll cap it off there. I'm sure we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, but before we move on, what do you guys think about the Coen brothers one that was like earlier? It's Hail Caesar. Do you guys like that one?
I
love it for all the same reasons that Micah just said he likes Once Upon.
I haven't seen that, sadly. I'm going to get on that.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, briefly I was rewatching a bunch of Coen brothers movies a couple months ago, and I realized that I actually didn't own Hail Caesar, so I just bought it recently. So it's due for a rewatch. I haven't seen it since it was released, but I remember enjoying it.
Like a lot of Coen brothers movies, I didn't love it when it was released. I thought it was fine, but I have grown to absolutely love it. I could put it on anytime. I just love it in the background for all the reasons you were saying, or like a weekly watch. And for the reasons you were saying, it's zany, it's weird. Highly recommend.
I think it just got a new 4K release that announced. That's coming out. I don't remember when, but I saw an announcement for 4K.
I was blown away that the D.A.R.Y.L I just watched was 4K.
Well, that's thanks to Vinegar Syndrome in 2023. They put out a 4K remaster, and I so regret that I don't own it because it has a new commentary from the director, Simon Windsor, and it has an hour-long behind-the-scenes making of.
What?
And
no.
We'll get into it, but there is not a lot of information out there about D.A.R.Y.L, about the production of D.A.R.Y.L, about anything related to D.A.R.Y.L, because it is it's a forgotten classic of the 80s, right?
It's a peanut butter film, man. It's a peanut butter sandwich on a Saturday morning, and it came on TV. And
that's why I know it.
Yeah, it was like Ernest Goes to Camp and Teen Wolf.
Yeah,
it was one of those that your parents were always like, "Oh, it's on," and you watched it, and it just like no one I don't know. My friends never talked about it. My brother and I always talked about it because Paramount had a big trend in the '90s on all of their VHS. They had this Paramount collection where they showed all their VHS they had available. And D.A.R.Y.L was one of them. He just showed him hitting the baseball and then the winking scene. And then it went to like Mac and Me, and it went to like all these different films. And I ended up just wanting to watch it one time, and I think we rented it. And I was like, oh, that's the kid from The Never-Ending Story. And that's the guy from Laverne and Shirley. And it was just this thing. It was cool. Yeah.
But and that's the thing. So I had never seen it before. This was my first time viewing D.A.R.Y.L, and Jay had been kind of excited about us getting to this episode because
I wanted to watch it again in life.
Yes.
And I didn't want, if we were going to watch it for the show, I didn't want to watch it and then have to watch it again. So I was
exactly. So the anticipation.
I hadn't seen it in so many years.
Yeah. And that's why it was
I have
so
watched
great.
it with Nicole, so I know it's been like I've been an adult. It's not like I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I still felt fresh.
I think when we were talking that night, Micah, I think you brought it up. I don't remember how it was, but you brought it up, and we were like, okay, well, you want to do the podcast? Like, D.A.R.Y.L's your movie.
I think we were talking about filming locations.
That must have been what
that, or Explorers. Somehow we were talking about Explorers, and then it got us to D.A.R.Y.L, which is good all the way through. Yeah.
You were talking about Explorers.
Yeah.
And then you're like, D.A.R.Y.L's so good because it gets good all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And
it's just it sustains. Yeah, it sustains.
It does. Even it's so funny, and I know we'll get to it, but the hospital scene at the very end when she's like, I know you can hear me, D.A.R.Y.L. He's running. It's like, what happened?
Yes.
I love this movie because of that stuff. They do. Yeah. Because they knew kids were like, kids were watching it.
91 minutes or something like that, I believe.
Also, just the pace of this felt very much like Commando last week. Of like, man, at this period of time, they really were just keeping that story moving. Yeah. They just, what's that? You have a question? No, moving on.
Exactly. So obviously, Micah, you have seen it quite a few times. It sounds like it. It sounds like as a child, you watched D.A.R.Y.L, and so Jay, was that the same for you? Did you see it when you were younger, or did you discover it later with Nicole?
No, this was a younger one, and this movie I probably know for the same reason as Explorers and everything Micah just mentioned, Teen Wolf and all those other ones in the mix. It's like, yes, all of the VHSs, of course, because this was like the big boom when VHS was coming out, but also summer camp and snow days. Somehow it seemed like I was at the Y, after school. I was an only child, so I didn't have like other kids or daycare or whatever. So I would go to this like, youth whatever at the Y. And they had, the VHSs and the whatevers. And it seemed like whenever we couldn't play outside, snow days or
pop on a tape.
Yeah, we would pop in the tape, Brandon. That's why I love when you pop in the tape. And so, I mean, anything that was kid friendly from this period, I feel like I know it's ingrained in me because I was sucking up the content. And if I saw it at the Y or at some friend's house, then I would want to rent it and show it to my mom or whatever, even though she didn't give a shit. It's, that kid thing. You want to share whatever you learned.
Yeah.
And my dad was a little bit better about, showing interest in that stuff. So I would rent the tape with him or whatever, and then watch this movie. And it was always exciting too, to know, like your parents are experiencing something for the first time, but you're not. That's flipped. It's flipped.
That's true.
So I used to love that as a kid, seeing movies and then having my parents watch them with me. It's like,
you anticipate the laughs. You're like sitting there like,
here comes the laugh.
You're gonna get it.
Totally.
Are you gonna laugh at the third time Turtle has said the word hooker?
I do that now with Abby, my wife. I'm like, she's never seen a movie, I'm like, watch this. I just anticipate everything. It's fun.
Yeah. I didn't have kids, or haven't had kids yet, I should say. And so it's fun to watch something through someone else's eyes for the first time. And experiencing it.
Yeah. It's the great thing about going to the theater. You get to experience it with a group of like-minded people.
Exactly.
Sure.
Cool. Before we get too far, I do want to say hi to the chat, the people that are here live. First and foremost, past and future guests, Steve 3D. How's it going, Steve? Steve was on our Clue episode. And we'll talk about Clue with Michael McKean and Colleen Camp both being in this movie.
Yep. Which I think we brought up this movie when we did Clue. I was like, come on, we gotta do D.A.R.Y.L. Let's 2 people from Clue in it.
Exactly. Captain is here. Who else do we got here? Fancast DMJ is here. Better Troll, my guy, Better Troll. And Hey Weirdos is here watching. Hello, everyone. They were watching the show Late Night Playset last night, Jay.
Oh, fun. Thank you so much.
They're a local YouTube channel as well out here. Check out Hey Weirdos.
Hey, Drew. Hey, I see Drew in the Moments in here.
Oh, Drew in the Moment. Oh, we got a couple more people popped up.
Yeah, and DS.
We've got DS.
Oh, nice. DS.
I7IK, and Drew in the Moment is here. Thanks for stopping by.
Big time.
You guys know Drew?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. He lives in Orlando. Well, he's out in like the Lakeland area, and that's his channel. Really good stuff. Does a lot of Disney stuff, and He works over at the Lakeland Antique Mall sometimes.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
you were over there. Well, we were.
Yep. Yeah, good guy. He knew Adam as well.
Okay, so, cool. We'll check out Drew in the
moment. I think he and Robbie Retro might be good friends or something. I don't know. They all live in the same kind of area.
Yeah.
Robbie Retro's getting a lot of airtime with us lately.
Dude, that dude is just the best. I brought this on here because, for one, we're doing the podcast about this, but I was like, I'm bringing this to say hey to Robbie. Hey guys.
Dude,
guys.
I got a whole smorgasbord down here of Robbie Retro pop-ins that I love to do on this show.
Dude, Robbie's just the best. I love that guy. He's awesome, man. Oh yeah, see, Drew's meeting up with Robbie this weekend.
There you go.
Sweet.
All right, so D.A.R.Y.L came out June 14th, 1985. It's directed by Simon Windsor. Not a name that I immediately recognized, but he is the director of the first Free Willy.
No way!
Yeah, which again has an Astoria, Oregon connection, right?
Also, the same kind of story, like this lost kid, orphan,
big time
friend. He's really good at that. It's cool.
And one thing I learned while I was in Astoria, I didn't know this, but the screenwriter for Free Willy is the Mikey's dad from the Goonies. And
no way.
He filmed in Astoria, the Goonies, fell in love with Astoria while filming there, and then decided when writing Free Willy to base the film in Astoria, Oregon, so they could go back there and shoot all in Astoria because he had been there.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
But we'll save that information for our Blockbuster Year 1993 episode.
Can we maybe cover it in the Goonies episode of 85?
All right. Yeah, we'll see if it can fit in. There's going to be a lot of information to fit in that Goonies. Whatever the Goonies episode becomes, I don't know, a 5-parter, 10-parter, who knows?
Dude, if these are 3-hour episodes, like we would be at 9 hours, could be a 3-parter, 3 hour. It'll be like the Lord of the Rings.
I am scared. I'm scared about when we get to Back to the Future, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and the Goonies, because those are gargantuan films. I
love Pee-wee.
I have a thought on this, and I want to run it by you because I've been thinking about the same exact problem a lot. And in my life, that becomes paralysis of analysis, or whatever that term is, because I end up never doing the thing because I'm like, oh, it's so important, I've got to craft it. So blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And the truth is, if I had just picked a single guest or done the one stupid thing that was the simplest, it still would have been done, instead of me like, oh, it's still in the queue.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. So I was almost wondering, like, what if we chose, hypothetically, just throwing this out there, a Bayman or somebody like that for the Goonies episode, knowing that, like, this is a watch the movie and talk about the movie podcast. It's not like we're not the historians of these things, you know what I mean? And I would feel like, with our knowledge of Back to the Future, Goonies, Pee-wee, etc., there are some where we would find ourselves making a documentary about the damn thing if we tried to hit every point. So I want to make it perfect, and I also want to not strangle it and still do it.
I think there's just a part of me that is like, I don't even know how I will convey how important those movies are. Those three, and particularly Back to the Future and Pee-wee, like, those are the two most important movies in my life ever. Those movies made me the man I am before you.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. What about, so say hypothetically, like everything you just said, a Bayman to me would be a great guest for the Goonies, because he's somebody who feels and bleeds and is now publicly showing exactly what you're talking about. Like, I don't know how to explain how much I love this movie. I just spent X amount of $1 million on the house. How's that?
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys can talk to so many people you know about the Goonies and just pepper it in like every few, because you have so many memories and so many things with the Goonies trip you guys did, and just your own personal, like, you two could do one, just you two, and talk about your childhood stuff, and then bring on someone like Robbie who went on with you guys on the trip. And you could continue to do it, man. There's people out there. I'm a fan, and I would watch this just to see what you guys would talk about it, because you get it.
That's what we were saying. Like, it does feel like those movies are particularly big that maybe one episode isn't enough just because
keep it going.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really funny. What if we never did those 3 movies, but each of those 3 movies became a segment in every single show?
Okay, it's becoming one right now.
How do you feel about it's like the
RSTLNE
on Wheel of Fortune, right? Like, those are the givens. Like, of course you love these 3.
Yeah. We're doing it right now.
Can't help it.
So Simon Windsor, Free Willy, but he also directed The Phantom, which is kind of a cool movie.
The Old Man?
No, the comic book, the Billy Zane purple suit.
Oh no, I don't know that
Phantom movie.
Yeah, Jay, you're thinking of Phantasm.
I totally was thinking of it with the ball and stuff.
Yeah, it's the same. It looks like the same, and you look at the font and everything. It's like the Phantom.
Thank you for knowing my brain, though.
Yeah, I got
exactly what it is. Operation Dumbo Drop and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. It's all the same.
Operation Dumbo Drop. Let me tell you this. I've seen Operation Dumbo Drop more than most people have in their entire life, and I can't tell you anything about it. I don't remember a thing, but I remember that was always on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it was just on Disney Channel a lot when it first came out or something, or we rented it a lot. But I just remember Danny Glover and the Dumbos, like the big, I call them Dumbos.
Ray Liotta. And who's the girl? There's a girl too.
I've never seen it. I just know the cover.
I know I have. Dude, and I just remember them landing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're delivering an elephant. I know it's like a military
air freight.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're delivering an elephant to like keep the peace for people in Africa or something. Is that what it is? It's like
I think that's truly
making amends or something, so they're delivering this elephant.
Yeah. Why I watched that, I don't know.
Weird time for Walt Disney. The last thing I wanted to drop for Simon Windsor is he directed the most episodes of the short-lived Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Cool.
So I think there's 2 seasons only of it. These like made-for-TV episodes following the Young Indiana Jones. He directed 6 of the episodes, whereas every other director connected to it only did maybe 1 or 2 throughout the course of the whole series. So obviously he had something good going on with George Lucas. George Lucas must have liked him in order to get 6 episodes directed of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
That's pretty cool.
Trenches of Hell.
My only issue with those or any other Indiana Jones entry is that it turns out, I know he wanted it to be like a series, like a comic book type series. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Like he did it too well the first time, in my opinion. I don't know who else does it.
The only thing that would have made that series better is if they could have gotten River Phoenix, because I love River Phoenix in the beginning.
On the show. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I agree with that.
I don't ever watch these. These are just part of my collection. I have all the tapes.
I talked myself out of buying them the other day on digital because I was like, it was on sale, and I was like, even though it's cheap, you'll never watch them. It's still a waste if you'll never watch them.
Harrison Ford does appear in 1 episode as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's called like something the blues. I can't Battle of the Blues, or it's about blues music, but it's a really funny scene because it's Harrison Ford, who is clearly in the area shooting another movie because he has a big beard. So he dresses as Indiana Jones for the intro and he plays a saxophone. It is amazing. Like it like doesn't feel like Indiana Jones at all because of the way he looks and him playing the saxophone, but it is Harrison Ford putting on the hat.
Sidetrack. That reminds me of the Dick Tracy sequel they did at Disney, but they did at the Disney Studios.
Yes.
And you're looking at Warren, you're like, that's Dick Tracy, but that's not Dick Tracy.
That was because Warren Beatty owns the rights to the film version of Dick Tracy, and his rights are about to expire. unless he made another Dick Tracy project. So he made a short film donning the yellow hat.
My friend was the security guard in that movie. And
because it's like a meta thing, right? Like he's on a set or something. It's like Dick Tracy on a film set. Yeah.
It's something like that. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's really cool because they did film at the Disney Studios. So if you want to see the lot and everything, it's really cool.
Have to check that out again.
Yeah, man.
So D.A.R.Y.L is written by David Ambrose, Alan Scott, and Jeffrey Ellis. David Ambrose, the only other credit that I really recognize was Amityville 3D. Alan Scott did write a movie that I really love. It's The Witches, the Nicholas Roeg movie, based off the Roald Dahl book about the witches with Rowan Atkinson is in it, and man, I'm blanking on names today. But she's from Royal Tenenbaums.
Angelica Houston.
Angelica Houston. Thank you. I know their characters, but I'm blanking on their names today. Angelica Houston as the witch, and that is a movie that I absolutely love. Creature Effects by Jim Henson. Like, I can't remember who does the makeup. I want to say it's like Stan Winston or something. All the witch makeup, wonderful.
Yeah, dark I remember that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I need to rewatch that one.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so much fun.
I remember loving it. I remember it being so weird. Angelica Houston, she always freaked me out anyway. She was like Morticia and everything. She just had this like it's weird,
very intense look to her. Alan Scott also was the creator and writer of the very popular Netflix series The Queen's Gambit with Anya Taylor-Joy. That was a really popular show a couple of years ago. I know Renee, my wife, she watched it and she loved it. I just think it's always cool when like someone, they write D.A.R.Y.L in the 80s, and then, they're writing some other stuff, and then boom, they get some huge hit late in their career. It's
so cool. I love that stuff.
And then the third writer, Jeffrey Ellis, his only credit is D.A.R.Y.L. It's the only film he's written.
Oh, okay. I was loving this because man, I learned a lot from these guys. I had no clue that they did the Free Willy and the Indiana Jones. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the people in the movie. Do you guys want to start with D.A.R.Y.L, or do you want to start with Andy?
I love this movie. I want to start there.
You want to start there? Okay.
I loved it. Let's see. Yeah. What are the notes? Starting with the credits. I forgot about that whistling song. That all that. I just loved it. Let's see.
And production value, great soundtrack.
Yeah, it felt like they shot it where they up by you. Did they shoot this up by you, Brendan? It felt like Rambo to me.
It's
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That whole beginning with the helicopter and the river and the mountains, it looked just like Rambo.
It looks I was thinking the same thing, other than the fact that I knew that majority of it was filmed in Orlando, which we'll talk about in a second.
You guys already, right.
Yeah. But I thought the exact same thing. I had to look it up because I was like, oh my God, did they come up to Canada to shoot all this car chase up the logging road?
Yeah.
And
it's like Escape from Witch Mountain vibes, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Dillsboro. What is it? Yeah. Dillsboro, North Carolina. That's where all of that, the helicopter, the car chase, the car crash, the scene where the old man drops D.A.R.Y.L off at the center where D.A.R.Y.L goes and talks to the kids playing basketball. That's all North Carolina.
It's crazy. I would have bet Pacific Northwest. I love how straight they played it right from the beginning. Like, this is a serious movie about a serious story.
Yeah.
Well, it is like,
dude, the guy taking his car off the cliff right away. I never remember that. And then when it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, dang. 1985 kid movie, man.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween 3 with the guy just dumping the gasoline on him. And as a kid, I was just like, whoa. It's, I don't know, 85.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
totally agree.
I'll say, I really like this movie. I know, Jay, that's what you've been waiting for me to hear or for me to say. I did really, really like it. I don't think that I'm as connected in general. You know, I do think that there is some issues with the movie, but it's just
Oh yeah, I found some flaws.
yes, exactly. It's watching
Yeah.
this family children's movie as an adult. Like I am noticing things, but I did have a really good time watching this movie for the first time. I actually didn't know anything about it. I
Cool.
all I
Good.
had
Perfect.
all I had was this tape, and I knew that it was computer related. I didn't even know that D.A.R.Y.L was a robot or a data analyzing robot youth life form.
Yes.
I thought that he was like a computer whiz, you know,
Right. Yep.
like
Yeah.
like
Like a
War
Bobby
Games.
Fischer, but for yes, perfect. And it has a
Yeah.
War Games feel in the beginning.
Totally feels exactly like War Games. But yeah, so I based everything that I knew about this movie just based off of this cover, and I guarantee you the reason I bought this VHS was because Michael McKean was in it. He's pictured on the back. I love Michael McKean.
He gave a great performance in this, I thought.
He is a
he got to do a lot
actor.
of stuff.
I don't think that he gets the credit that he deserves because he's just sort of known as like the guy from Spinal Tap, or you know, in the Christopher Guest movies, A Mighty Wind, Best in Show.
I definitely agree with you. I think he finally in the last few years has gotten credit because of Better Call Saul, because of that was so mainstream. His performance in Better Call Saul. Guys, Better Call Saul, guys. Shout out to Better Call Saul.
So yeah, he plays Jimmy McGill's brother in Better Call Saul, and he
incredible performance.
Yeah, he is a lawyer, well, an ex-lawyer who, due to some mental instability, has sort of locked himself in his house and is afraid of power. So he's shut off all the power in his home.
One side of it thinks it's mental instability. One side thinks, oh, he's really got this EMF, you know, sensitivity or whatever.
Yes.
You're right. Everything's tinfoil. There's all the fuses are pulled. All the wiring's out of the walls.
Bob Odenkirk has to like bring him groceries to put in a cooler like every couple of days and bring him ice. It is an incredible performance. But I mean, like
I knew him from Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Hello.
And just random. He was always the guy. Like he was in the Brady Bunch movie. You know, the remake, and he was always that guy. And in this
Clue, obviously Clue
popping up. Clue. Yeah, we talked about him a lot in Clue.
In D.A.R.Y.L, when he looks at D.A.R.Y.L and like his eyes like are like with the tears, and then like when they're doing the hug, like he really gave it all in this film. I feel like, honestly, I think he may have just thought like, hey, I don't know if anybody's going to see this, so maybe I can do something different. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yep.
Well, and I think he's just an actor, right? Like I think he's
a good actor.
He's a really gifted comedian. He's a very funny guy. I mean, I am on record on this show talking about how much This Is Spinal Tap is one of my absolute favorite movies. But in the same vein, I brought them up already, but like Best in Show and Mighty Wind, these are important comedies to me, and he's fantastic in them. But I also think that he really is just a fantastic actor, and part of the reason he's such a good comedian in those films is because he's just doing what he does. He's just acting. He's playing the character as real as possible. He's in it. He's not winking. He's you know, I always use the example of Steve Carell as Michael Scott from The Office, and even John C. Reilly in like Step Brothers. Those guys are so funny because they're such talented actors that they can make these buffoons seem real.
The trick seems to always be playing it straight, and most people don't have the skills to play it straight like that unless you're a real actor, like what you're saying.
Yes. And that's a gear that I think Michael McKean has, which is why he can go from, crying and hugging D.A.R.Y.L to then, putting on his British accent and playing Spinal Tap songs, right? And like we don't even bat an eye.
He kind of has a little John Ritter to me in this movie.
Always.
Yep. He has the Mr. Healy vibe from Problem Child in this a little bit.
Yes.
With the baseball, and
I would have made
in this movie, really, like I said earlier, when he's looking at D.A.R.Y.L and he's like telling him like, you got to go, and you can see the tears in his eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
And every time he hugs, like he really like hams it up in that scene, but it's so real.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. Like him, Andy, and Ellen. What's his wife's name in the movie?
Joyce. Mary Beth Hurt plays Joyce. Yeah.
Man, dude, they were so good together. Like you couldn't tell me they weren't really married. Like him coming in and her at the piano, and she's like looking at him, like making fun of the kid.
Yeah.
And she's like, exactly. Get me out of here. It's just so real. It's so good, man.
Yeah, they have such
a great vibe. A lot of stuff over kids' heads, in this movie. So maybe they were targeting for a summer dad and mom take, the kids to the movie. I don't know.
Clearly they have a sense of humor because they have the funniest bumper sticker on their car I've ever seen.
Dude, when I go to that school, every time I go to that school, it's called Kaylee Avenue. It was in Problem Child 2. In this movie, when she pulls up on the curb, that is the best because I'm a piano instructor. I'm very refined. Yeah. And then when she pulls up with that, it's like, oh, she's kind of like an ex-hippie.
Yeah. So Joyce and Andy's little red car has this hilarious bumper sticker on the side that says, "If you don't like my driving, then get the hell off the sidewalk." And it's like so prominently featured, like pulls up in the frame. Like we're meant to read that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's the best. And Turtle, I mean, we can go on for hours about Turtle. Yeah. Turtle to me was the best kind of friend for this movie because he understood D.A.R.Y.L but when she goes, don't talk to him about it, and then it cuts to them sitting in that spot, which looks the same. That spot looks the exact same.
Oh, with the tree,
so cool. Tree root. And this movie, I'll tell you, with the locations, if you go to D.A.R.Y.L's house, Turtle's house across the street, they've kind of redone that house. But if you walk the same route they walked in the movie, you go to the lady's house that's really big and interesting looking, where they drop the dog off. And
so the route is all practical too.
The route is like literally one big S. And so I was like, they just blocked off that whole block and filmed everything they needed.
Yeah, just bought the neighborhood. Sure.
There's a huge parking lot right behind the neighborhood. And every time there's a location, I look for a parking lot.
Yep. Yeah. That's it.
Because they look like a guy in LA told me, he was like, if we film somewhere, we're looking for a parking lot. We don't care what the house looks like. We'll fix it.
Well, exactly. Unless there's like some super specific thing in the script that is noting that this house needs to have, a garage on the right side of the house for this specific reason.
Even that they usually build.
But I'm saying that would be the only thing that would maybe focus a choice. But for the most part, filming locations are decided by either proximity to like home base or their circus or in Los Angeles a studio, or if they have to go out on location, exactly what Micah said, like where can we put our circus, our home base that's near the filming location, and how many different scenes can we get out of this area? Yeah. Right.
Correct.
And they use so much in D.A.R.Y.L, and I just did Parenthood because I put that off forever. Adam and I were going to do that one together. That was one thing we were going to do together, and we just, we always put it up because it's right there. We just kind of always put it off.
The movie, right? The film, Steve Martin film.
Yeah. Steve Martin film. And they go Parenthood and D.A.R.Y.L both shot at Delaney Park, which is the baseball field.
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit. Yeah. Same park.
And that baseball field is so 80s. It looks the exact same. Like it's so cool. They're kind of weird about the field, you getting on it, even though like it's always unlocked. But when I was there filming everything, I saw this dad and his little kid, like they kind of walked in and he took him to home base, and it was just kind of cool. Like It's a real neighborhood, kind of like it feels like in D.A.R.Y.L. Like I can totally picture that baseball scene actually happening there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's the neighborhood diamond.
Yep.
Just so people are aware, I've actually linked Micah's D.A.R.Y.L filming locations video in the description below. So check that out. You can see all of the awesome locations and some of the ones we'll get to because there's some really cool locations.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I did most of them.
Link. Now I'll just go click on it.
Yep, down in the description below.
You.
Yeah. Oh, just to wrap up Michael McKean, I have talked about this again, but I want everybody to know this blew my mind. But did you know that the 3 Spinal Tap guys are the voices of the Gorgonites in Small Soldiers? So Michael McKean, Christopher Guest, and
Harry Shearer.
God, Harry Shearer. Man, oh man, my brain is just not working tonight. So Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, and Michael McKean, they do the voices of the Gorgonites in Small Soldiers.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Obviously, Joe Dante must just be a fan of Spinal Tap. So
that's a great Joe Dante film.
Shout out to Joe Dante and that goddamn Explorers. I know it's not perfect, but man, I love it.
I mean, but come on, like Gremlins.
Burbs. For me, the Burbs. It's the Burbs.
Dude, the Burbs.
Starts and ends with the Burbs.
Erie, Indiana for me, and
never seen that. Never seen that.
Dude, Erie, Indiana is one of the best TV shows. If you're a kid who
he did the show. I love that show.
Yeah, that was all Joe Dante, man. The best episode is when they do the Inception episode where Omri Katz is the main kid in this. So you have two actors from Hocus Pocus in this, and it's filmed on the Warner Ranch before they destroyed that.
Yeah.
But this episode takes place where Omri, the kid, he wakes up in this, he's like looking around, figuring out, I'm on a TV show set, and Joe Dante is in it. Like, Omri, are you ready to shoot? All right, sit down. All right, guys, this is a take. Erie, Indiana, here we go. And they'd show exactly how they shoot the thing, and just made an episode
very meta.
out of it.
Yeah,
very. But it was one of the best Twilight Zone type TV shows.
Yeah,
for kids.
Yeah,
at the time, it did not get. I think it had like 2 seasons. I think.
I haven't even really heard of it, to be honest. 19 episodes, it says.
Sunday nights, dude. I feel like. What night was it on?
Yeah, it was on Fox Kids for me. In my.
I know I'm older than you guys.
Yeah, it was Fox Kids for me, man. And that was 93. I think this was no. This was 90.
91, 92.
Okay, because Hocus Pocus was 93, and in some of these, Jason Marsden and Omri Katz both are like stupid young.
I'm gonna have to.
But I know that's why Disney was like, we're gonna get these kids for Hocus Pocus. I'm sure.
Huh.
The one image is the dog that's in
from Pee-wee.
The little dog that's in everything. Darla.
Batman Returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Burbs. That's Queenie from Burbs.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the Burbs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ironically, I watched the trailer for the new Burbs series today for the first time.
Oh.
I just was like, I never. What's that?
And.
You know, I definitely going to check it out. I like, what's his name? Mark Prosh, the comedian. He's from What We Do in the Shadows, and he's on The Office. The most interesting thing about the Burbs is that they shot it on Wisteria Lane.
Colonial Street.
Right?
Colonial Street, yeah.
Which
is the real Burb Street.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And for the fans of locations, the fans of the original Burbs, that is cool to me because they really could have shot it anywhere. And like we said, it's a Universal Peacock show. So yes, it's easiest for them to shoot it on their own studio lot. But it is cool that they're remaking this show at the original place where the movie was made. But
I definitely agree with that. But I like the movie was the movie, and it was fine in 87-minute form. I don't know how we do week to week with these people living next door. You know what I mean? I think it's going to totally become something else.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's going to be. I think it's the initial mystery is like, hey, there's weird people next door. But then I think it goes into there's a murder who could it be on this street? Like it changes it a little bit. I
think
think
it's a whodunit.
I think it's going to become a whodunit. I think so. That was just
sounds more like
know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's more like Desperate Housewives to me than The Burbs.
Yeah, which is on the which is on the same street anyway. So who cares?
Yeah.
It's
that's such a bummer. We were there for Luftge. There's the biggest Porsche event in the world every year is called Luftgekühlt. It means air cooled in German. But last year they had it at the Universal Backlot, which, as you know, Brendan, is just a block away from here.
Yeah.
So after we were done with the Porsche event, and we're all on the lot with our cars and whatever, so I drove all around just kind of seeing how the lot had changed because I hadn't been there in a few years since Nicole and all. And I ended up going up to Colonial Street and took some pictures. But Colonial Street is so different than it used to be that the only house that's even sort of similar is like the Munsters house, and even that is pink and like they took all the ornateness off of it. Like it's not the same.
No.
So it's weird to me. Like, yeah, it's the same street, but when I moved here, and I got video I got to share with both of you guys that I took driving around back in the old day of Universal back in probably 2000, and it was still the Burbs street. Like other than Tom Hanks' house and the Burbs house, because those were both scratch built. Tom Hanks' house was now like the Leave It to Beaver house or whatever, and the Burbs house was now the Providence house when that was a show. But every other house was exactly the same as it was back then. The Matlock house was still there, House of Seven Gables, and Harvey's
I remember going
house
on that tour in like 2002 maybe, and they took us down.
That would have been the end of it.
They took us down to the Kill a Mockingbird. We saw Boo Radley's house.
Down the other way.
That was on the Lollipop of the same street.
Yeah.
Yes.
We went down there, and then like after that, I went back. And
they leveled all that after.
Yeah, dude, that was so crazy because I love To Kill a Mockingbird. That was just so cool to see that. Yeah, it's interesting, man. When you go down to like Mockingbird Lane and all that, like, and you look at like if you go on some of like the Google images and stuff, and you can see how much has progressed and stuff up there. It's interesting, man. They change it a lot, but it's cool. Adam told me he was obsessed with the Burbs. I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah.
He kept telling me like they filmed in those houses, like they built inside those houses, and that's so cool to think about. Like, and we're getting on the Burbs right now, but
no, it's good.
Like they made those staircases and put carpet down and like put pictures all over the house and like it's so crazy to me.
Instead of moving down to a soundstage, they made them practical. Yeah,
they stocked the refrigerator with actual food and leftovers.
But then they lived on that street for a month of shooting, and it made more sense to create that environment practically.
Yeah. They filmed in the house at D.A.R.Y.L. I'm like 1000% certain they filmed in the house.
Which house?
Like Andy's house.
Andy and Joyce's house?
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Andy and Joyce's
100%.
house. They were in that house. That window, the door on the house is the door from the movie. It has
also they make it a habit of leaving the doors open in this movie. I noticed that. So a lot of times you can tell that they're really wherever they are.
Yeah, you can see Turtle's house in clear shots. Turtle's house has had some major changes to it. The driveway, I don't even think is in the same spot. But there's a house maybe 10, 20 feet from D.A.R.Y.L's house that looks like it should have been in a 1980s family movie, just like D.A.R.Y.L.
Is it like a big white one?
Yep.
Yeah, you show it in your video.
Yeah, dude, that one. Every time I see that house, I get the same vibe. Like D.A.R.Y.L. Street is one that I'll park the car sometimes, or Abby and I will go ride around, and I'm like, "Do you want to go see D.A.R.Y.L's house?" He's like, "Yeah." So we'll go park and then just go walk that whole route that him and Turtle do, and it's cool. It just feels like they didn't have to do much set like dressing in that street.
Yeah.
To this day, it has the same vibe. It looks like anywhere USA. There's actual trees, leaves fall. In Orlando, that's not a real thing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a reason they film over in that area.
Yeah.
A lot of the houses over in that area too. Adam and I used to talk about this every time we would go walk around there. You could blindfold me and open my eyes up and be like, "Where are you?" And I'd be like, "Oh, South Pasadena." Wait a minute, no.
Yeah.
Like there's so many roads in Orlando that look like South Pass, with the trees going all the way down and the craftsman houses and, like stuff like that. And I can see why they totally filmed here. Dude, this place, I could take you anywhere and be like, you want to base your location in California? I'll take you to show you some houses that look like you're in California. I'll take you to
Are they near parking lots?
Most of them have a school.
Yeah.
With a large parking lot.
Hey, school needs to make a little extra money too.
Yep. Yeah, man. There's a school right behind the old Ernest Saves Christmas house that's no longer there. And that school was also used in Parenthood.
Yeah.
The Ron Howard film. So it's crazy. They use a lot of the same spots, in Orlando. And dude, right behind Rick Moranis' house in Parenthood is a gigantic parking lot in school.
Yeah.
So it's like,
there you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
I love to see that
parking lot. Yeah. Let's talk about D.A.R.Y.L himself, Barrett Oliver. The young actor.
What a great actor.
What a short-lived actor.
Incredible young actor.
I never saw the Never-Ending Story, which you guys have both now brought up. But yeah, I've never actually seen either one of those. But I've always known him from this. And this viewing, I was taken with how he's like a little junior Ron Livingston with the eyebrow and his facial features and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Got the
kid was talented, man.
So what's the story? Why did he drop out of acting?
I think
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't actually know, but I think there's a lot of young actors that it's just not exactly what they want to do once they grow up a little bit, right?
Yeah. But he didn't grow up a little bit. He did 2 movies at this exact age, right? And then he kind of nothing else.
No, his last film is 1989.
Okay, a couple years later.
He does a film called Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills, which is written and directed by Paul Bartel, who plays the not the school teacher. He is the I just blanked. Anyway, Paul Bartel is in D.A.R.Y.L.
Okay.
But he also is a writer director. We talked about him in Follow That Bird, the Sesame Street movie, because he's the chef. He's the chef at the Grouch Cafe restaurant
with all of the right.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So and then he made a movie that I really like called Eating Raoul. But yeah, he's in this movie. So Barrett Oliver's last film in 1989 is his film. But granted, that still is only a few years because he does Never-Ending Story in 1984, which I think is a classic for a lot of people. I rewatched this last night just to, see another Barrett Oliver performance. And
so what do you think as an adult?
So
should I watch it?
For the for the special effects alone, it is worth your time. This is local.
It was that big flying dog. I wasn't a fantasy. My life, I had a traumatic childhood, so I wasn't into the fantasy movies as much for some reason.
Yeah.
But nowadays I'm a little more open to it.
It's
good.
Soundtrack's amazing, dude. The soundtrack is so 80s. It moves at an 80s pace, but when the adventure gets going, the adventure gets going.
Okay.
And it's cool,
fun.
dude.
It's a cool movie.
One of the saddest scenes is in this movie, and I'm going to warn you now. It's the horse.
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself.
That is
because as a kid, it really messed me up.
That is why I never really watched this movie, because I remember that scene so vividly. And there's some other weird stuff in it that I just don't think I was ready for when I saw it for the first time. And so I kind of always put it away as this like kind of weird, dark, scary movie. And I hadn't revisited until last night. And it's good. That's what I'll say. Like I don't have
miniature set scenes. Dude, they really it's so cool. Like green screen effects. So good.
I'm thinking for the period effects alone and the art of that technique, I think I'd probably be into it.
Great puppeteering, great animatronic stuff in there.
Directed by Wolfgang Peterson, Jay.
Yeah.
No shit.
who directed Enemy Mine, which we've talked about on this. But what I was trying to say is this is local film history because the film opens and closes in historic Gastown in Vancouver, British Columbia.
The trash can.
Yeah. I do a weekly or a monthly comedy show just around the corner from where they shot the opening and closing of Neverending Story. And every time I see someone post it, or even when Adam and Nerd Locations were up here in Vancouver, they went to this filming location and they went to the alley where the bullies chase little Bastion into the garbage,
the big trash dump.
So the opening is Vancouver,
and the closing,
the closing. Yeah. So it is, if you grew up loving this movie, this is a very important movie to a lot of people. But
that was a rainy day movie, like in my house. That was we're laying on the ground, kind of watching TV, and it's raining, and because it's long, it's a long movie for kids. I mean, it might not be long, but it felt like an eternity.
It feels long. I will say, I think it's only a 90-minute.
Whoa, dude, that was like a 2-hour for us.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But yeah, the technical marvel alone of this film is worth your time. But the other film I've rewatched, because it's a film I do love, that stars Barrett Oliver, and you might be a fan of this too, Micah. This is Frank and Weenie.
VHS.
This is Tim Burton's short film that he made for Disney in 1984, and this mixed with his other animated stop motion short film is what got him the job on Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Vincent. He did Vincent.
That's right.
The story of the boy who wants to be Vincent Price. And Frank and Weenie was, dude, you got Daniel Stern, Shelley Duvall, Barrett Oliver, and it's shot in, I think it's near Burbank. I know the locations. I have the locations. I've yet to do them. It's on my list. Spoiler. But it is. If you are an Edward Scissorhands fan and you've not seen this movie, then you haven't seen the processor to Edward Scissorhands. I mean,
where did it all come from?
Yeah.
Well, that right there is his version of Frankenstein, man. It Chef's Kiss, black and white. Yes. Before Ed Wood, and everything he did, I think for a while there was black and white. Vincent's black and white. Frank and Weenie's black and white. He kind of showed everybody, here's what you can do with not a lot, because it's black and white, it's short sets, it's a short cast, but it's so good.
It's a short film. It's only 30 minutes long. When I was a kid, I have a VHS. It's my taped VHS of Hocus Pocus. It's Frank and Weenie, then Hocus Pocus premiere on Disney Channel, and I have the whole thing. My mom taped it. And so that's the first time I saw it, was 93. If people didn't know, many years later, Tim Burton remade it as a full stop motion film, Frank and Weenie, and expanded the characters. But this is a stop motion black and white film that he made. But Barrett Oliver plays the young boy, and he is so good in this. I mean, he's good in Neverending Story. He doesn't get a lot to do, but he's basically, to spoil it for you, Jay, in Neverending Story, Barrett Oliver is reading a book for majority of the movie. The Neverending Story, the fantasy part, is what's happening as this character, as Barrett Oliver is reading the book. So he's kind of just by himself. But
I got it.
Yeah, he's such a good young actor that he makes all of that, just like him reading the book, interesting.
I totally agree.
He's
watching when he was playing pole position and they were shooting him and his eyes, watching himself play pole. The kid was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. Yeah, now, maybe he was just playing pole position and they were just like, here, just go play pole position, and they just shot him, and that's how he's playing pole position. Somehow there was an intensity where I felt like we were getting so much character exposition just by watching his eyes dart around while he was playing. I can't.
Dude, when he talks to Joyce and Andy at the game and like tells them off,
Yeah,
it's
kiss
such
my
a
ass.
dude. It's such a like quick like thing, and like it shows like his range on that. Even though it's supposed to be comedic, it's like, hey, this little kid's got spunk kind of thing. Because he plays a good kid very, very well, but he's so intelligent. Like he was so intelligent.
He plays a really good robot, right?
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, he's kind of just like, in that shot when he's in the woods, he's kind of just standing there. I love that bit where Michael McKean like grabs the baseball from the mantle and he's like, hey, catch. And it just like hits him in the chest.
Dude, it's so good. I love it.
He really is a fantastic young actor.
Yep.
And then 1989 rolls around and he doesn't do any more films or acting work, and he ends up becoming a notable photographer and ends up like teaching workshops on this like wet I can't remember the name of it, but it's like real photography where they like put like the black curtain over, and then they've got the solutions on the glass, and they have to time it perfectly for the exposure, like
darkroom.
Yeah, that's proper old technique. Did either of you guys see the Lisa Downs documentary Life After Navigator, about life after Flight of the Navigator?
No. Is he in that?
No, but I highly recommend the documentary because it's about Joey Kramer, the kid from Flight of the Navigator, and it's really, really amazing because similarly, he was really good as this child actor, but then, whatever life.
I saw a photo of Barrett, and he had a big beard.
Really?
Really?
This long beard and like hair, and he had like these round like linen glasses.
Oh, funny. I don't know what he looks like now.
2006 photo. So it looked like a 2006 flip phone photo of him.
Yeah.
Another kid who was like that was and now he played Nick and Kevin in Edward Scissorhands. Barrett Oliver. Barrett Oliver is his name.
No,
he was the kid.
This is Barrett Oliver.
This is
This is Barrett Oliver.
That's Barrett Oliver.
So that was going to be my point. I feel like this would be a great candidate for one of Lisa's documentaries. She's doing the Goonies and she's doing a bunch of them. I feel like he'd be a great candidate because I'd love to know what happened after the Never-Ending Story.
Right. Yeah. Oliveri is his name. Something Oliveri. Okay. It's that's why I went to Barrett Oliver. He did like literally Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Edward Scissorhands. He came back for Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and I think he was done.
Yeah.
Like just cashed out.
Is it the older brother in that movie?
In Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
Or
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He's Wayne Selinsky's son. He's the nerdy kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and then he's
kid. Yeah.
He's Kevin.
Oh,
and,
so he's the younger
Scissorhands.
kid, the younger nerdy kid
with the glasses. He looks just like his dad,
like Rick Moranis, right? Yeah.
Yep.
When I was rewatching Frankenweenie, who was in it is the kid from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, who's like the young actor, playing the
Jason Hervey.
Yes,
Jason Hervey from
Wonder
Years.
Future.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's a rerun? He
Wonder Years.
He has a very small role.
For the rest, it was Wonder Years. Yeah.
And Monster Squad.
Yes.
Yeah. That dude used to be around Orlando. He worked in some of the wrestling stuff here for a while, and everybody used to talk like everybody used to go tell me they're like you should go try and meet him at one of the wrestling events and see if he'll like sign one of your Pee-wee like your album or something. And I never did it.
Yeah,
but
he is another like really good kid actor. I love him in Pee-wee when he's with Lynn Marie
Action.
Yeah. He's it's so good. And then like the sudden turn to like his character. So
goodbye, Mother Superior. Yes. Dude, so good.
Micah, how crazy was it seeing that in the theater? Because I hadn't seen that in the theater ever until we did.
That was my first time viewing it in the theater. That was the best way to see it, man. With everyone who just like we just hung out on the lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like we were in this theater, and then like we walked out, and it was just like Francis was there, and the car and
screen used bike.
Yeah, screen used bike. They had everything like set up for you, and It was so cool seeing it in theaters, man.
Well, and I go ahead, Micah, if you had more to say.
No. That was it. I didn't know what movie he was talking about there for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I echo that, though. It was incredible to see it in person. In the theater, on the big screen in 4K or whatever that full release was.
Yeah,
because I came home thinking, oh, I'll get a little bit of that, and then it was not even close. It was not.
So
4K.
here's the thing. So I was invited to go with you guys, but I couldn't make it work in my schedule. I couldn't get down to Los Angeles to do that. I wanted to be there so bad, not only to do the locations to hang out with you guys, but I also wanted to see Pee-wee at the Warner Brothers Theater. And part of that, and I was texting with Adam.
It's 4K now. I know what I'm watching tonight.
So here's the thing. So I was texting with Adam after it, because I'm almost positive that you guys must have been some of the first people to see the new 4K transfer, because it just came out on the Criterion Collection.
Wow.
They put out Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 4K. So
awesome.
I'm without actually knowing, I'm almost positive that you guys would have been some of the first people to see it in 4K.
The timing is perfect, because
I might have filmed the intro they had. They had a guy come out from Warner Brothers and kind of like tell us what was going on. And he presented the film, and he might have said like, I present to you in 4K or something. I don't know.
Because they obviously would have been working on the remaster for who knows how long.
Right.
And this is the only 4K version of it. There's no regular Warner Brothers release. The only way to get Pee-wee in 4K currently at this time is from the Criterion Collection, because subsequently all there was that one Blu-ray that had come out, like 15 years ago or something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, I have the Blu-ray. Dude, the best thing about it was on the DVD, and I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray, but I know my DVD copy has the best commentary, in my opinion. It's Tim Burton and Paul Rubens.
Yep.
Just them.
That's transferred over to this.
Dude, I will if I just want to listen to something, I'll just throw that on, because I love Paul Rubens just sitting there going, oh, that's so-and-so. I used to work with him here at the Groundlings, and he just tells you who everybody is. And I love it. It's so good, man.
Yeah. And there's also a Danny Elfman commentary on it. Same with that Blu-ray.
Oh.
This is so exciting. I'm so excited to watch this again.
This has a new interview with Tim Burton, which I haven't watched yet.
Oh, sweet.
Where are we here? But yeah, so, I think you guys got to see it in 4K at that Warner Brothers screening. So that's very, very
It was
special.
Beautiful. It was so good. You could see all the mistakes like right up in your face.
Yeah.
I noticed so more things that I never saw before. It was so good. And I've seen that movie.
In the kitchen. There was an ET doll in the kitchen I'd never seen before.
Dude,
isn't it?
I watched that movie daily as a kid for probably 2 years straight. And I'm not exaggerating.
Doesn't it make you wish that when you were doing all your film locations research, you could just pop on a film print or a 4K transfer in a movie theater so you could like catch every little thing?
Because there's not good footage of most films out there.
Yeah.
Like most films, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the 4K transfers are great. They're amazing. 4K TVs, 4K transfers, they're getting so good, but nothing beats so many, even that 40th anniversary fan week, I got to see Back to the Future in IMAX, and then we went to a screening at the Universal Backlot, and that IMAX screening, I was noticing things that I hadn't ever noticed before. And in fact, both Adam and I were like excited because we had never noticed that on George McFly's house, there's a little wooden sign that says the McFlys on it.
Whoa.
I've never noticed it before. And it wasn't until the second screening that we were like, did you notice that? Yeah, I noticed that.
Where is it? Do you remember?
One of the establishing shots of George McFly's house in 55 on Bushnell Avenue.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's when they're both running up to the house, right? When Marty's following George.
Oh, when he's doing
I can't remember specifically, but next time you watch it, Just look.
I will. I'll
at
look for it.
at the stone structure around it. There's a wooden the McFly's sign on the house.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Dang, that's so cool.
Okay, the last thing I wanted to say about Barrett Oliver is he did win a Saturn Award for D.A.R.Y.L for best performance by a young actor. So even at the time, regardless of the success of this film, there was people who were aware of how good he was as a young performer.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever happened to Turtle?
Turtle really did nothing. Turtle, the year prior, 1984, he's in David Lynch's Dune.
Okay.
Plays a minor character. His last film was in 1988. It is a film called Rocket Gibraltar with Burt Lancaster and Macaulay Culkin.
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
But other than that, he had such a small little acting career.
On the back of the box here, dude, he kind of looks like Junior Healy from Problem Child in a way, in like a weird way.
Oh my god, you're totally right. Let's see if I can get this up here. So there's D.A.R.Y.L in the middle, but see if it'll focus. Come on, focus.
I'll try. Wait, I froze. Oh, there you go. It was. There he is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, awesome. It looks like Junior Healy's
like a real little league team.
Oh man, yeah, you couldn't tell me any different. Those kids were out there. I don't know why I keep
jumping back and forth, but yeah, you're totally right. It does look like Junior from Problem Child.
This is right before the Darth Vader scene.
Yes.
It's in the establishing shot. Yeah, McFly's.
My gosh.
Never noticed it cool? until that week. Yeah.
I want someone to paint. I'm gonna paint one like that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's the kind of nerdy deep cut stuff I love.
I'll see if I can get you the cut out of the wood and the shape for you.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Is there I mean, let's talk about Turtle. That kid's great. What
incredible.
What a hilarious character.
Yep.
You brought it up before, Mike. What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you. It's not the best audio interface tonight. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
He's a fabulous actor, is all I said.
He is. Micah, you brought it up. One of my favorite moments in the movie is when Joyce is like, now, Turtle, don't talk about D.A.R.Y.L's memory loss. And then it's like a hard cut to D.A.R.Y.L being like, what's going on with your memory, man?
Yeah, Turtle just sitting there going like, so you can't remember like anything? It's just like he went for it.
Yeah. And then he's got his whole bit with the vodka in the Cokes.
Yes.
Right? And it's just like that is 80s movie weirdness to me. Like, why is there this scene? I mean, I guess it's to say that Turtle's like, he's a little shit. He's a little,
yeah. But it's like he's the Styles.
It's so weird to be like, put vodka in all the Coke of all the kids. Well, you can't do that. It's illegal. It wasn't me. It was Turtle. And then to find out that it wasn't even vodka, he just put water in their Cokes. And then Michael McKean's like, you owe me $7.50 for liquor.
It's so good. I love dude, Michael McKean he's like, Turtle, you're sworn to secrecy about the baseball bit. It's so good. Like, oh my gosh, the baseball bit. Yeah, the baseball bit's so good.
Is Turtle. Like, and it's never explained. It's just like he's Turtle Fox.
Turtle Fox, dude. And his parents are like, where do we go wrong? But they're normal. That's the thing you understand. Like, their kids are totally normal. Yes. Like the sister with the hooker bit is the best.
Yeah. Well,
like, what is a hooker?
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the sister in this. She was supportive. Sometimes it's a bratty sister where you don't like her or whatever. This one, she's like, no, I'll get on board, Turtle. What do you need?
Well, when she tells D.A.R.Y.L at the end, she's like, you'll write to me, right? Like when she tells him to write her, like that's kind of cool.
And she's just living her life. She's a teenage girl. You know,
yeah, those kids were normal, dude.
Turtle is, you know, being a bit exaggerated with all of her friends, as we'll say. But yeah, she was a sweet character. I thought the same thing. I was like, I like this teen girl character because she wasn't like annoying. She wasn't like a caricature.
No, she wasn't
even though
stereotypical either.
Yeah, even though they were like, you know, attacking her for like having a lot of boyfriends and all that kind of stuff. Again, that's like 80s movie stuff. But I don't even really think that's what she was. I think that was just like Turtle's perception of his older sister, right?
Yes.
Or a way to just, because she wasn't like that, it was a way to get under her skin a little bit.
Exactly.
He always said that. He was
You're
like, that's
totally
the point.
right.
That's what I do.
He's pushing buttons.
Yes.
He figured everything out. He was so smart. He's like, look, you got to quit doing everything. You got to let them do things. That's so good.
That's a great scene. He like takes his friend aside. Like, look, dude, you're too perfect. You got to mess up. I love his analysis of like,
and he takes the advice in real time.
Yes. They just want a parent. They want to teach you a lesson, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good, dude. I was gonna say there's like so many things about this movie that is like, if you're trying to tell someone, I'm sure Jay Ryan, you did this, Tim, you were like, okay, it's got baseball, it's got walkie-talkies, it's got science, it's got government stuff, it's got explosion. You know what I mean? It's like it's got everything on
espionage stuff. Awesome.
Yes, it's got. But I love if you tell me there's two kids in a movie with walkie-talkies, and 100%. That's how they talk. I'm in.
Why do you?
Dude, big.
That's
all those movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. E.T.
I love a good walkie-talkie thing.
E.T.,
yeah, Big with
true.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Oh, they always have the walkie-talkie.
Big's a good one. Big's
a
good one.
And I love that they talk on their walkie-talkies, and it's so cool to see like D.A.R.Y.L gets shown. It's almost like Edward Scissorhands, right? Like he doesn't know this world. He's experiencing.
He's out of his environment.
Yep. And it's just, I think D.A.R.Y.L is definitely the straight man, but he's funny as hell being the straight man. And Turtle is obviously the comic relief, and they nailed it with this. Because sometimes, like the Dirt Bike Kid, for example, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Dirt Bike Kid.
Is that what's
Ralphie.
that kid actor? Yes, Peter Billingsley. Yes.
Peter Billingsley.
I haven't seen it.
He's wearing the Ralphie glasses in that movie because
isn't
they were
John Candy in that movie?
What?
No,
I thought
it's not John Candy. It's the guy who was in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves as the uncle is what I know him as. He was he was a little heavier set guy.
I love
very funny.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. That's one of my favorite.
He's Wayne Selinsky's brother.
Yes, I know exactly. Yep. I don't know the actor's name, but I know that
he's the sleaze in
his voice. This is the voice of God.
This is the voice of God. Yes. He's in it. Peter Billingsley in it, but Peter's in the movie. His friend is like Styles. Like in the opening, he's got binoculars and he's looking at a lady's chest, and like he has the Playboy, and like he really hams it up. That was always like a code of the 80s, right? Like you always had to have your Styles.
Yeah.
Who did the guy play in Honey, We Blew Ourselves Up? Honey, whatever.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
He's Wayne Selinsky's brother-in-law or brother.
Yeah, brother or brother-in-law. I can't remember.
Would it be Gordon?
I think it is.
It's Stuart Pankin.
Yeah, that's exactly okay.
Stuart Pankin is the actor's name.
He's done a ton of stuff.
Too. I just don't recognize him.
He's in Congo?
He's done a ton of stuff. He was mostly in like.
Wait, he didn't steal that
video.
I think he stole his wallet. I think he
no,
stole
that's
that guy's
not
wallet.
No, that's a different guy. But I think he took that guy's.
I think he took his wallet.
I think he took that guy's wallet. I that's who I want to meet at a convention.
Right?
Totally.
Get him to sign wallets? Come on.
Micah, you probably wouldn't know this, but Nicole worked with Peter Billingsley for many, many years and has some great stories. Wow. I mean, I guess I have those stories now, but some pretty great stories walking across the street in San Francisco and a homeless woman going to bite Nicole's finger and then Peter Billingsley having to come save the day.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
Awesome
dude.
stuff. Awesome
Yeah,
stuff.
the Dirt Bike Kid is on Tubi. If you haven't seen the Dirt Bike Kid, guys, I recommend it. It is Trauma, the company who did the Trauma stuff.
Toxic Crusader. Or
Yeah,
the Toxic
it was
Avenger, I mean.
I think it was like a VHS thing like that. Like this company really never did a comedy or a kids movie.
Wait a second. The Dirt Bike Kid is 1985. I don't know why it's not on the list.
Dude, because neither one of us had ever heard of it.
Filmed in Texas.
Micah, you're coming back. You're coming back, and we're doing the Dirt Bike Kid.
Dude, that movie rules. Yes. There's totally like an E.T. ripoff scene.
Oh
it's
my
so
God,
good.
That's amazing. Also, that was not a dirt bike. That looked like a 60s motorcycle.
Yeah, dude. This one's like it's like a Honda CR something in this. But it was so good. The dirt bike's alive. It's like it becomes alive. Yeah.
Like
very good.
Just a fun fact for everyone. Do you guys know who directed Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves? The straight to home video third movie in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids franchise?
I have it on VHS.
Legendary cinematographer Dean Cundy, who shot all the Back to the Future movies, Jurassic Park, Halloween 1978. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I believe it's the only film he's directed, but Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, in my opinion, a fantastic movie. Is directed by Dean Cundy. Yep.
My Back to the Future bonus feature on the Blu-rays and digital copies was with Dean Cundy and our time machine. I drove him around. He's the best.
Dude.
Dean came up to Vancouver for one of our Vancouver Film Festival theaters was doing a summer of 80s movies. And the first movie was Back to the Future, and he came to present it and talk about the cinematography and his career and all that kind of stuff. And we got to bring the time machine for the event. So we got to hang out with Dean and his wife, and they were so lovely. But one of the things I was so excited, obviously Jurassic Park and Back to the Future and Halloween, like his work with John Carpenter. He shot The Thing, right? Like,
oh my God,
amazing movies. But I could not wait to tell the man how important Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was to me growing up.
Believe it.
Because
me too.
Just think about it.
Awesome.
We love Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis is amazing. Why wouldn't you want to see Rick Moranis shrunk down dealing with all the problems that the kids got to deal with in the first movie? Right?
Of course.
That is comedy gold. So if you haven't seen
it wasn't for that movie,
ourselves,
I would not know that bananas have a lot of potassium.
Exactly.
Dude.
I mean,
the kid who was Brink. The kid who was in Brink.
That roller. Is that the rollerblade movie? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think. And there's some other girl that's like young in that. Oh, Mila Kunis is in that. Mila Kunis.
Right. Yeah, a young Mila Kunis, one of the friends who comes to the party.
The one that his the little brother, the little kid is interested in.
Yes. The other weird thing about I hate to bring it up, but the actress who plays the daughter who gives us the fact about the potassium and saves her brother, she is the actress from Smallville who got charged with being in like a human trafficking ring a couple of years ago. So she's the young blonde actress. I can't remember her name, but she was from Smallville.
Wow.
Yeah, she
I know what you're talking about. She was part of the luring system, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
So yeah, she's in that movie, and then it's fantastic. I mean,
here
we are talking about
them jumping in the bubbles. Oh yeah.
Oh man, the shark car, and it's all good. Again, just like cool practical sets, just like the original film. You know, there's like a roach motel and all this cool stuff. The inside of the speaker system, they're like trying to hotwire it to turn it from a receiver into a microphone, and all this cool stuff.
You invert the polarity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's
that works
so
in real
cool.
life. That's real.
Yeah. It's such a good film. What did you think about D.A.R.Y.L? I will say The Lab when I did the locations for that, it looks the same.
Yeah.
The building,
Dude,
they didn't do much set dressing out there.
The Simons Energy Facility.
Yep.
Amazing. I asked 3 times, what is this magnificent brutalist building?
It is so cool, that building.
So cool.
With like the 2 columns on the side and then that that concrete like bunker entrance at the bottom.
Yes.
It looks the same.
And layers.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
And
I love that, and I love him laying in the thing and them bringing all the stuff down, and it was just
that entire facility was incredible.
That I learned. So they shot the opening in Nebraska, the Andy and Joyce's house and Turtle's house, all in Florida. This military facility is in Florida, but the other place that they shot was Pinewood Studios in London. So
what?
I'm like, did they shoot in Nebraska? Or sorry, was it North Carolina? Sorry, North Carolina. And Florida, and then go all the way to England to shoot in the studio for all of that, like sci-fi military interiors. Like that seems
unless that shit was already built for something else, and that's where it was existing.
Oh,
because I thought
to myself,
used for
a TV show.
How good those labs were. It looked like Next Generation or something like Star Trek.
But
it could be,
specific. You know, Daryl's on that table, and then that like U-shaped thing comes out of the wall. Like that's so specific that if it had popped up in anything else, you'd recognize it.
I agree,
and maybe it has.
The production design during this whole scene had me perplexed because they don't spend a lot of time in that facility. Not enough to warrant what it would cost to actually build all that with the padded walls and everything. Yeah. So I have to say it had to be in existence somewhere else for something else.
There's like there's the scanning room, the room where they're like looking into that scanning room. There's like Daryl's room with the multiple TVs when Andy and Joyce
hallways
come in, and the hallways.
Multiple hallways.
But I'm sure you know this, Micah. The computer room where they're walking amongst all of those old 80s computers in the room, and he's showing them the computer that's labeled D.A.R.Y.L. That is backstage at Epcot. In Walt Disney World. There's obviously some sort of attraction or something where they have all of these computers in this room. And so they shot that scene where they're walking through all of the computers backstage at Epcot.
So cool.
I was going to say the Epcot thing. And also you got to think at that time, 85, they were filming probably 84.
January of 1985.
January of 85. Wow, that was quick. No Hollywood studio, no Disney MGM studios, and no Universal studios. So there were no sound stages here. So you didn't have, so that's probably why they had to go there, because they were like, hey, they just wrapped on this, who knows, flick, this sci-fi flick, and they built this really cool set. We can move things around and use some of it, and they probably did that. So when they did the back thing at Epcot, I was like, they could have done a lot more things at Epcot back then, but they're really like, I don't know.
It wasn't until the early 90s that they were opening up the studios and everything.
89 was
MGM Studios opens up in 89.
Oh, okay. So they beat Universal to the punch.
They did, because Eisner said 2 attractions and said, we're good to open. Let's go.
Wow.
Okay. And great movie ride and backlot tour.
If people don't know, the original Walt Disney World MGM Studios, now known as Hollywood Studios, it had an actual backlot with houses on it, namely the
Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm. Ernest had a house there.
Empty Nest was filmed out there.
Yes, Empty Nest. There was something with a lagoon. Was it Gilligan's Island? It couldn't have been Gilligan's Island.
No, it was Splash 2.
Yes.
Was filmed out there.
Was a Splash 2.
Forgot about Splash 2.
All filmed at Walt Disney World. There was, let's see, there was so much shot out there with commercials and stuff. On the tour, you would pass by the Golden Girls house, Vern's house, and then they had a house where Herbie the Love Bug would come up and was on hydraulics and do that and then go back. That was a cool one. But there was the closest place you could get.
And did they have sound stages? there too?
Oh yeah. Yeah. MGM did the Mickey Mouse, the all new Mickey Mouse Club, the one with Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. That was all shot there. Carol Burnett did a little thing there. Yeah. They shot Adventures in Wonderland in the early 90s there. It was a Disney Channel TV show about Alice in Wonderland.
I know the theme song. Adventures in Wonderland.
Yeah.
We talked about
some
it
TV show, game
there's
shows.
Like 100 episodes of it. It's crazy.
Dude, they shot like I think they were just like the tax write-off stuff or whatever they were trying to do. It was just like, because I saw that too. I told Abby one time we were looking at it because it's on Disney Plus. I said they shot like probably 2 or 3 episodes a day, and I'm not exaggerating because there's so many episodes for that, and it's all practical makeup, big sets, puppeteering. Like it's insane. It's insane how much they put into a small TV show.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a small TV show.
Was the new Leave It to Beaver there too, or was that Universal at the same time?
That was Universal. That was at Universal. They shot everything in the sound stages there, and a lot of the scenes were shot over at Rollins College.
Okay.
Too.
They had an interior mock-up of the house and everything. I remember that.
Yeah. Yep. And let's see. What was I going to say about the filming location stuff?
We were talking about Vern's house and Golden Girls and
and all that stuff. Tour. Like the backlot tour was legitimately like 2 hours. Like it was a 2 to 3 hour tour.
That's a long
3 hour tour. But that was the only attraction you had. I mean, it was like that, and you got on the great movie ride, and then you got to see some like shows and stuff. But you really went there.
Otherwise, you're just walking around on New York Street.
Yeah, it was just Disney's backlot, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it was a different thing, and in a way, D.A.R.Y.L is kind of a really cool way to look at what was going on in Orlando at the time. So like. You've got Epcot had opened in 82. 85, nothing was really happening in Walt Disney World. You just had Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Hollywood Studios or MGM didn't open until 89. And then 98, obviously Animal Kingdom. Universal didn't open until June of 90. So 85, there wasn't like, it wasn't the 90s mass hysteria of come to Florida on vacations and stuff. So I'm sure them filming down there at the time was probably a cinch. Like,
dude, 85 was
so easy.
Disney World and SeaWorld. That was it, right? And Epcot, you said, just opened.
Yeah. And you had some smaller attraction stuff like in Orlando. You had like the stuff on 192 and some of the dinner shows and Boardwalk and baseball.
I just
Gatorland.
Gatorland for the first time. Went to Gatorland.
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't, it wasn't like them going and saying they're filming a movie in Orlando. They probably didn't really have to worry about too many tourists venturing out to the spots they were filming, So when I watched this movie and it shows like, there's a scene where they go to the ATM and he gives him like the $1 million.
$1,426,370.
He had $1,400 in there.
Yeah, he just keeps adding the decimals to it.
I love when he just goes enough.
Yeah,
how much do I have in there? Enough. That's shot in Winter Park, Florida. In that scene, I don't know why they went there just for that one scene because everything else in that movie is on the opposite side of town, and they only show that one small ATM, and the kid's in the back, and he's like, "Get in the car." It's not. It's a eyeglass store now, like a Warby Parker eyeglass store, and there's no remains of the ATM or anything for the time machine. That was the name of the.
Oh, ATM. The name of the ATM. I saw that.
The time machine. Yeah.
But there's parking.
Yeah.
There's a big parking lot, so maybe they needed a good street and a good ATM, and
somewhere they had control to put in their own computer system for the shots.
Yep.
Just for fun, I always love to adjust for inflation when I see large sums of money in 80s movies. So the $1,426,370 $370 that D.A.R.Y.L puts in Joyce and Andy's bank account by being able to talk to the computers, as we established later in the film, in 2025 or 2026, sorry, would be $4,267,749. That's how much money in today dollars he put in their bank account. Yeah, enough.
That's enough.
I love that too, because it's like, if they don't explain what he's doing until later,
keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, it's just like you just accept it. And like, yep, smart kid, right? Like, you don't even know he's a robot at this point.
No,
right? Like you think something is different, but he could be alien. He could be genius. We don't actually know what it is. I mean, you definitely could think, oh, this kid's a robot, right? Like right off.
What did you think at this point, Brandon? Your first time through?
Oh, I thought robot, because I'm starting to piece together the acronym that is the title of the movie, and I'm like, okay, he's in front of computers on the cover, which he never watches the Jetsons one time.
No, that is very odd.
Well, while we're talking about it, both Mike and I were going to bring this up. But on the cover, that is not Barrett Oliver.
It's not even close. Not even close.
That is just some other kid. He looks bigger too.
Well, I don't think this is
he looks older for sure. That kid's 17.
I don't think this is an actual photo. I think someone drew this photo. Yeah, I think it's an honest painting.
I disagree.
You think it's a photo?
I think it is an actual photo of a kid. Because if you look there's a matte cut line on the bottom of his hand.
Is that what I'm seeing that makes it look animated?
So the rest of it is animated, and he's a real kid.
Okay. The computer is like an airbrush painting. The Jetsons is obviously a cartoon image, placed in there. But I do think that is a real photo of a real kid.
You're right, because the way it is cut under his hand, it doesn't look. And the way they have him sitting, and the same thing. Now that you mentioned it, if you look up at the scientist up here, they kind of stick out like a sore thumb in between the rest of the. They have a weird blue haze on them. That's cut it out. That's cool. I love this shot too on the back, showing it's action packed. Pee-wee.
Yeah. Whoa. He's got a pilot helmet on. This movie's gonna rule.
And they're all doing number one.
Yeah, it's clearly like a photo taken on set, like a promotional photo that they all.
And what a bad photo! How they cropped this dude. What if you were that was your moment?
Yeah,
and they just cut you out.
Completely cropped him out of it. So funny.
Whoever did the VHS, they just they were banking on this to catch the kid's eye. Maybe this, but this was the moneymaker.
Micah, is that the TWA rocket from Tomorrowland behind you?
It sure is.
Holy cow, I gotta get that. That's amazing. I hate to do it. It's Brandon. I'm sorry. I'm terrible tonight with the sidebars, but have you seen that new YouTube documentary about Disneyland and building
Handcrafted? Yep, I watched it.
Holy moly. I could watch that over and over and over.
The OSHA violations were insane. All of the workplace. Oh, just insanity going on. That one guy who falls off of the big machine. They're placing things and then standing on the loops for the crane, and then the crane operator is pulling them 40 feet in the air off onto the ground. Absolutely nuts.
My favorite is the guys.
And there wasn't a safety strap to be seen anywhere.
It's insane. They even make a point in the documentary to say that they are lucky that no one was killed or horrifically maimed during the production of Disneyland, because if people don't know, they broke ground to build Disneyland 364 days before opening July 17th, 1955. Less than a year prior, they started construction on Disneyland. Nuts.
And they spent all the money to do it.
All the money in the world.
My favorite historical footage of them doing stuff at Disneyland are the guys on top of the gators in Jungle Cruise, and they're opening their mouths themselves. And it's going around in a circle, the thing. And like, that's just like, I love that stuff. It's gold.
One thing that's stuck out to me that I've never noticed before, the front of the Mark Twain didn't have a railing on it.
Mm-mm.
For opening day. Like I want to know how long it took for them to realize we got to put a railing on the front of this riverboat.
Oh yeah.
Does it have one now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, everything's like up to code, like insanely there now. But like
well, no,
back in the day,
you can't go on the front of it, can you? So I didn't know if there'd be a.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Oh,
right
well, yeah.
the
Then I
front.
guess that's important.
Yeah.
I guess that's very important.
Dude, back then you watched all these videos. Of them like there were they had like mules you could ride and stuff, and horses and stuff. Those kids were jumping on those things and holding on for dear life. And those kids out in the paddles, like the canoes and stuff.
Did you know, Micah, that they used to have fish in the rivers of America in Disneyland?
Yep.
Because you used to be able to rent a fishing rod and then go and catch fish in rivers of America. And then you would carry this fish and newspaper around with you at the park.
Yeah.
Because you could take home the fish. And it was so short-lived.
Ride Big Thunder Mountain with this fish.
Yeah. And they got rid of it so quickly because they realized like everyone is carrying around dead fish in Disneyland.
Well, that's weird water too, because they explained how they had to make that river and all the different layers that are on the bottom of it to keep the water in.
Yeah.
I thought it was fascinating just to look at all that old footage and the other thing was all the footage was so high quality because that was Disney's way of like showing his investors and stockholders like this is what we're doing with your money. Helicopter shots, them, must have been those kind of things on the train rails going around. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that now that that's sort of like out, and it is free on YouTube. It's on Disney Plus, but Disneyland Handcrafted, they put it out for free on YouTube, which is pretty cool.
I watched it on YouTube for free.
That's cool.
No commercials even. It played it all the way through.
I'm really looking forward to people taking some of the shots that we see of like, the POV of like a work truck driving down what would be Main Street, USA. I want to see somebody kind of recreate that shot now and then have like a direct comparison because there's so much POV stuff
then versus
inside
now.
What would be the park. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I did a lot of that stuff at Walt Disney World for the most part. Like that's like if I can find, construction stuff and things like that. I always like to do videos like that.
Yeah, you want to recreate it. Yeah.
Well, you can stand exactly where some of those spots were kind of, they would take photos and stuff. And especially with the survey markers around the park and stuff. It's cool to find that. And my favorite thing for like the last couple of years is to find a park map that's not just a regular park map from like 97, like a park map that was so specific on what was happening at the time that there may be a gift shop that no longer exists now, but it was open during that time. And the facade of it is completely different. And I found out a few other places, like I didn't know they used to tape yourself. You could go to MGM and go in this room and the sign is still there. It says you ought to be in pictures and has a lady holding a microphone. Used to be able to go in that door and they would take you in and they had a microphone and they would shoot a music video of you.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah. And they did it at Disney, very short-lived.
I picked this up at the lake. I got this from the Lakeland Antique Mall. This is a 1989 MGM Studios. And I believe it has that in here.
That's the map I used.
Oh, this is the one?
I'm pretty sure. I used an opening day and I used another map, and if that was 89.
Where was it in here? Oh, speaking of, here's the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids experience at MGM Studios.
The best.
Where is it here? It was in here because I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was the thing that they. Oh, right here. Is it? Oh no, that's the backstage tour. Because you came to see movies and TV shows being made. Where is it? Maybe it wasn't in here. Oh, this is it. Special effects magic? No. Superstar Television.
Superstar Television, that's now the Frozen show.
Play a major role in popular TV shows. So the shows that they're advertising that you can be a part of are Gilligan's Island, Golden Girls, Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, I Love Lucy, and it looks like Cheers. They had like a Cheers set.
They did Cheers for a little time, and then they changed Cheers over to Home Improvement.
Are you
And
joking?
they would always, nope, they would always look for an owl in the audience. They would look for someone when you went on, if you've ever been to Hollywood Studios and you go into the entrance of the Frozen show, it's a long like room that goes straight down. It kind of funnels you down, and there's TVs everywhere. And this host would come out and say, we're gonna cast for this one, and I need to find somebody who looks who has a beard. And they would look for like a guy who has a beard, so they could throw a red flannel shirt on him, and he's Al Borland. You know,
Yeah.
And they would look for like a lady who was maybe an older grandma who maybe had some curly hair. She was Ethel Mertz. You know, they would pick people every show, and they would put them on a green screen, and they would recreate the chocolate scene with Lucy. The Johnny Carson show, they would have you on as a guest. They had a sports segment with I can't remember his name.
If anybody has any pictures of either the Cheers or the Carson, I would love to see those. Like Brandon, even if I could see a picture of your map there, that was amazing, because I've never seen that.
The John Ritter. Watch the John Ritter hosted grand opening of Disney MGM Studios. It's on YouTube. Retro WDW has a 4K transfer of it. It's really good.
Yeah, that's a great channel.
And dude, you're in the audience just sitting there looking at it.
Really?
And they show you really how they shot it. It was so good, man.
Amazing.
Oh,
John
look,
Ritter
Sony.
hosted the grand opening of Disney. Okay, awesome. Oh, that's
Yeah, they
Facebook.
show like actually on they show like how they actually would do the show in full detail in that special.
I know what I'm doing tonight. That's amazing. Thanks.
It's a great special, man. I love it. I love it to the point where I did the locations just to show how much has changed since they shot that there at the park.
Oh,
yeah, and that was like one of my first videos. Yeah, that was an early one.
So as a kid, I was obsessed with this stuff when it was happening, living in Connecticut and dreaming of Los Angeles. I was like, they're making Hollywood down here. It's so cool. It seemed more accessible for some reason. Like I could just pick up and go to Florida. But when this one was opening, and when Universal opened with the Nickelodeon studios, they did the same thing. There was like a 4-hour or 6-hour live, special that I watched all Saturday afternoon or whatever. Recorded the whole thing and watched it over and over.
I was cool about
so to find new material like this, like I didn't know that two of my favorite franchises, Cheers and Johnny Carson, were replicated there. I can't wait to find out about it.
Oh yeah, dude, so good. I'm
so glad we did D.A.R.Y.L with Micah, so I could learn about Cheers and Johnny Carson.
I was gonna say, D.A.R.Y.L, there's a theater down here called the Enzian, and I think they've shown it before. I've always wanted to do that here in Orlando, like do a screening of either this or Ernest or Problem Child 2 or something. Yeah, and then like rent a van and be like, help me pay for gas, and I'll show you all the locations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I would totally do that. Yeah. Dude, I did some videos of that, I did some videos where it was like visiting a lot of like 80s filming locations in Orlando, just did like a driving tour. And there's a lot, but there's not many like that are worth going to see. But there's a lot that are kind of cool in Orlando. It was very short-lived though, it feels like, when you kind of look for the films that they shot here, and you can see like definitely the transition between here and Atlanta.
Oh,
like,
really?
Around, dude, 2000, like when they started doing The Walking Dead, that was like, boom, it's go time.
Yeah.
See, I think it started earlier with Wilmington. It seemed like Dawson's Creek started drawing people to the North Carolina area, and then 5 years later, Atlanta started, and 10 years later, Atlanta was big.
Yeah. Well, see, I lived in Mississippi before this, and when I moved to Orlando, a lot of the people I first met when I first moved here, a lot of them were like, I'm moving to Atlanta because they're hiring. And like, I want to work in the film industry, and that's what
all
did.
My friends out here said. We're moving to Atlanta because they're paying better. It's cheaper to live there, so the money goes further. And there's work. There's work.
Yep, everybody was working. It was crazy, and it was just like making me kind of sad because I'm like, I just moved to Orlando, and I was hoping like they were still doing that kind of stuff here.
Yeah,
it never really took off. It never really took off.
Well, it was the tax thing. Like, there's this whole like thing that kind of happened where Atlanta scooped in and was like, "We'll do it for cheaper," and Hollywood was like, "You got it.
Yeah,
We'll give you good tax."
I mean,
like they gave them like good tax stuff, is what I was reading up on.
Vancouver was like Hollywood North forever, but now it's not as big as it was. And the
they shot all the Goosebumps stuff with you guys, I believe.
Yep. Goosebumps
the TV series
was I think
with
that's actually
with you
Toronto.
Canadians, you guys.
I think Goosebumps is East Coast. I think that's Toronto is Goosebumps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we had like
a lot of stuff.
You guys
Canadian.
had Smallville.
We had Smallville. That was really in my area.
And Supernatural.
Lots of movies. Never Ending Story.
Rambo.
First Blood. But now the thing is that everything is moving to the UK, right? That's where things are moving to, right? Like I believe even like the Marvel movies, I think, are moving, and some of the Star Wars is over in England.
Star Wars makes sense because anywhere they're going to shoot is going to be on that hemisphere. That makes sense to me.
And I guess technically you could say because the original Star Wars were shot in Pinewood Studios. So
yeah, but I just mean like where they're not going to shoot them in Mojave.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like they have a certain look that they've established that clearly is that side of the world.
But even like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire shot all in the UK.
Yeah.
They recreated, it's an amazing set, but they recreated the exterior of the firehouse and the front street corner.
Don't get me started.
Stage.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Such a great idea accomplished not well. And I hate that I have to say that.
Yeah.
It totally bums me out. As somebody who's spent so much time in the original Ghostbusters firehouse, it just didn't feel right to me at all. And they changed with the geography and the map of it all in order to make it work. And it was just like, all right, if we're living in the cartoon now, or this is just the real Ghostbusters world, like I get it. But to me, the charm of the original movie was that they were at all these real places and that New York was a big character in the movie. And this one, it was faked.
Are you talking the New York location or the Los Angeles location?
Well, both, but I would speak interior Los Angeles, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I was the first person who publicly went in there and got pictures for everybody, and I met Daniel first, Daniel Silva, the crazy guy who was living there, and whatever. Wow. My history is so deep that I know too much to enjoy what somebody modern take on it when it I know what it really would have been, and my choices would have been different, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I have such mixed feelings when it comes to new things in the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah. I can see that. I understand that completely.
I mean, all right, so Micah, we haven't talked about he's Mr. Blues Brothers over at Universal Studios, right? In Florida. If you go to the Blues Brothers show, go watch the live show and you go see Mikey play, I'm assuming Jake Blues, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. Oh, he's not allowed to promote that here, but I can tell you as his friend that's his day job.
Yeah. We can't help but say you have a very good friend who does a really good you're friends with Jake Blues of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, those guys do a good show down there.
They do a really good live show.
That's right. He can't represent them here, folks. That's what's going on. Not allowed to. But we can.
So D.A.R.Y.L, 1985's D.A.R.Y.L.
This is what happens when we all like the movie. There's not a whole lot to say. When we shit all over the movie for 3 hours.
I do want to hit some of the other plot points that we haven't hit. So, we talked about the movie opens up with this crazy car chase. Awesome. It is a man driving a young boy sitting in the back, and at one point he just tells him to get out and continues on. Helicopter is chasing him. And then he drives the car right off a cliff. It is a big crash. It is a real stunt, real car driving off a cliff into a real riverbank, undeniable. And then this nice older couple, they find this young boy standing alone in the woods, and it's D.A.R.Y.L. They bring him to this small town. He sees some kids playing basketball. They ask him,
what's the name of the town? Not the town the town that he goes to when he goes with Andy is like Birkenstown or something.
Yeah, something like that. Birkenville or something.
I didn't write it down. But essentially,
they don't ever mention it.
Yeah. D.A.R.Y.L sees some kids playing basketball. One of the kids fouls the other kid, and they ask D.A.R.Y.L, like, "Did you see the foul? Did you see the foul?" And he doesn't know. He doesn't know what is going on. He doesn't know what a foul is.
Right. I saw everything, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. And then he gets transferred into like a child, care, protective child care services. Well, they want to locate his parents.
He goes into the child welfare system and he's like, "Man, it's great that you're so concerned about my welfare."
Yes,
like,
that is the funniest.
So
that's what we do here.
Mixed with when he's in the examination room and the guy is like, "Yeah, if you could just read that eye chart," and he like turns around and looks at it for a second and then turns back to him and repeats the whole eye chart from memory. I mean, this is where you're like, "Oh, what is this kid like? What are we dealing with D.A.R.Y.L, right?"
Right.
So he gets put into
rolls right off the tongue.
We meet Howie Fox, who we learn later is Turtle's father, but he works in the foster care system, and he's friends with Andy and Joyce, who we find out have been registered to foster a child in hopes that one day they can adopt their own child. So they get set up with D.A.R.Y.L. D.A.R.Y.L comes home and meets Andy and Joyce. We had that great scene we were talking about where Michael McKean goes to be a fun new parental figure, new dad. He like throws him the baseball and it just like hits him in the chest.
Yeah.
No reaction whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. And then we meet Turtle. Turtle comes in, and
I love that they're already friends with Turtle because of his, their relationship with Turtle's dad
and the little league team. Like Michael McKean coaches the little league team that Turtle is on. So yeah, they know Turtle, and obviously Turtle was like sent over, like, "Hey, there's a new friend for you to go play at." Get
out of here, kid. Go play.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, all of that story-wise was just it was solidifying more that Andy and Joyce really wanted this life.
Yes.
They didn't have the kid. The only thing missing from their perfect life was the kid. They're doing the little league. They live in the community. They're doing all this stuff. Yeah. They want this so badly.
Yeah, that was like the heart of the film, was like the unconditional love that they literally had for D.A.R.Y.L minutes into this thing. It was just like, here he is. This is it. It's so good.
You're nailing it, and that's perhaps one of the reasons I like this movie so much. Because I was their age. I was their age, like when this movie came out. It's 7, 8 years old, and I probably was. I liked that. It probably felt good for me to watch it. I bet that happened today too. Thanks, Micah.
Yeah.
Good therapy tonight, boys.
Hey, yeah, man. That's what it's all about, right?
You're right. They were showing like that unconditional, true parent love moments after meeting. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They're a house full of love, and they're just willing to help this young boy out who they think has amnesia. He can't remember who his parents are. He doesn't know where he came from. He, even Turtle questions him, like, "How come you couldn't remember certain things?" And he's like, "Well, amnesia is selective. I know how to talk. I know my name is D.A.R.Y.L, but I don't remember everything."
That was excellent exposition.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like
those two kids talking back and forth was great exposition every time.
Yeah. I wonder if they had to hang out before this or not, because I don't know, man. It was too good of chemistry.
Yeah.
Their chemistry's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But something about, like, they say so much with so few words, which is not how we do movies anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in here, you know what I mean? It really is in the performance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, this movie is like it's an outlier. Like it is kind of like a weird movie that, like, it is really good, but it like, I don't know. It's like I understand why nobody talks about it because like
this is an adult movie for kids.
Yeah,
yes,
it's very strange the tone that they're hitting, and it's not strange in a bad way. It's just unlike anything that I've kind of seen before.
It
I
almost
totally
feels
agree.
like
I would argue the tone is too good for kids too. Like the movie is too adult and too serious and it doesn't have the things that kids would need in order to be stimulated by it.
Yeah.
right. It's like they could have gone one way with it being total action packed and very adult themed, or they could,
or crazy comedy campy, right?
That
and
like slapstick.
If I'm going to fault the movie for anything, it's what the end of the movie feels like all of that action like shoehorned into a different movie that they had the previous hour of the film. Right.
Oh, interesting.
The second it becomes this, like at the end becomes this military car chase, sneaking out of the facility, the fighter jet, all the stuff that's at the end, it feels different than what we saw at the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
different
I
vibe.
agree, except that all of those little beats were set up throughout the movie, whether we realized it or not. Like him going into the cockpit of the plane and learning how to fly a plane, and now he knows how to fly an SR-71. Like all those little beats seem to be callbacks. No, maybe not all.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
there's
enough that it didn't bother me.
Callbacks.
If I had to make a critique that goes along with the lines of what you're saying, I would say that they wrapped it up like that. It seems like
I know you can hear me, D.A.R.Y.L. Boom, he's running.
When D.A.R.Y.L says, or when Turtle says,
like
he's just robots can't die. It seems like the beginning of the third act, not the end of the movie.
Yeah, because you see Michael McKean's like eyes. They're like realizing,
and we're like, holy shit, something's about to happen. It's not over. This ride's still going.
Like there feels like there needs to be another like an escape from the hospital, or they need to like get Daryl's central computer back up to his computer brain, right?
Or convince somebody that this is a good idea. Nope, it just all happens.
There needs to be, you're totally right. There needs to be another scene in between Turtle realizing that D.A.R.Y.L can't die and him coming around the corner. Like it's too fast. So
Explorers goes a little too far, and this one doesn't go quite far enough.
That's a good way to think about it. D.A.R.Y.L is a genius at school. He's marking Turtle's paper. And
the twitch, the guy with the tick, and
he's just like mimicking the teacher.
So good.
I think as a kid, I thought he was winking at him, and I thought, oh, Daryl's winking back. I don't think I got the awkwardness of the teacher having a tick and him being socially awkward and all that.
Yeah, and just being a computer, taking in that new information and just trying it out, right?
Yep, replicating it. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, because the girl does it before, so he sees the confirmation from the girl when she goes back to her desk, and he like sees her winking at him, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
So he thought
that
exactly.
Guy, when he sees
I
the
think
teacher
as a kid,
do
I
it,
thought that. I didn't realize.
Yeah. When he sees the teacher, he's like, "Oh, that's what we do."
Oh. That makes sense.
It's stuff like that I love. I love it so much.
Yeah. And then
whenever the kid is smarter than the adult, I think I really liked that as a kid because it made me feel like I wanted to be that kid,
Well, and I think that's a big part of like this kind of movie is like if you catch this movie at a certain age, you're seeing yourself as like, oh, I wish, I want to go on that adventure. I want to ride that. I want to be able to do the things that D.A.R.Y.L does. And
dude, they have a number you can call to get on Delaney Field, and I'm like tempted one day to call them and be like, "Can I rent this out?" and just call everybody up to be like, "Who wants to go play a baseball game?"
Yeah,
on the Parenthood D.A.R.Y.L because it has the same feeling out there. So good.
I'm sure it only costs probably $50 for a permit to do it.
Probably.
You can make the green and blue jerseys, and you can play as the what are they? The Warriors and what is it?
I don't know, but they were definitely the Warriors. The production design is on point in this movie. The wardrobe and the production design, the use of primary colors in an authentic, natural environment. Like, this is everything when it comes to 80s filmmaking. I didn't sit through the credits. As you saw, they were still rolling when we started the show. But I'm going to go back and see who both wardrobe and the production like the designer and the art directors and who all those people are, because this looks like so many movies that I love from the same time period.
Yeah. Military looked good too, man. Like some movies you can tell it's like rented stuff. Like this had some legitimacy, like in Orlando especially. I know they shot at the Kissimmee airport here. That's where his parents take him. Well, his doctor, they take
That's
him
where
to
the
go on
private jet
plane.
is.
Yeah, the scientist. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. It's cool. You can't really see
all
anything,
those jeeps.
but
Like there was so much production value in this movie. I wrote down a couple times, this movie wasn't cheap. I can't wait till you get to that point, Brandon, because this movie was not cheap to produce.
To piggyback off that really quick, the scene where they're doing the police chase on the turnpike in Orlando.
Yes, that they were really doing.
That turnpike and that exit is not like, it is so difficult to film down there. It's right next to Amway and the soccer field and Camping World Stadium. So it's a bunch of like semi trucks getting on and off Orange Blossom Trail, which is a huge road in Florida. You can also see that in one of the scenes. You can see the exit, and there's a Ron John Surf sign in one of the scenes too. They're driving by.
Saw that.
But that turnpike in I-4 right there, even in '85, was a major truck in travel because you're basically going towards either Ocala, which is north, or you're going to Daytona, or you're going to Miami, and that's a big spot right there for that.
Yeah.
And so they had to cut those. They had to shut those like streets down in the middle of the night
for multiple days, because that's a big sequence.
Yeah. They flip those cars out there
with a lot of cars. That is a lot of choreography and stuff.
Because not only is it the chase, but they have to do all the insert shots where the doctor and D.A.R.Y.L are switching seats and D.A.R.Y.L's driving the car. Then they have the stunt where D.A.R.Y.L goes up on the two wheels. They've got the scene where the police cars are blocked by the Mustang stopping at the toll booth. Like that's like at least that's got to be a week or so of actual shooting.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say almost everything that you just said, except for them switching places in the car, which was probably done on a stage with an insert. I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. But all the other stuff was probably second unit. Yeah. So like they're probably doing it at the same time as the rest. So it might have been 2 weeks, Brandon. Who knows? You're exactly right. It must have taken a while to do all that.
Yeah, to do all.
I saw at the credits. They give a huge shout out to some miniature artists. So they did use miniatures in this movie. I'm not sure what scenes.
In my mind, it goes to the SR-71. I don't know how we get a real SR-71. Now they shot a real SR-71, but obviously we weren't flying a real SR-71.
Right. Yeah,
that's gotta
be. They did use some miniatures, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's a lot of like in the effects work with the SR-71 flying around. That's a thing on a stick, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they cut into like a real one flying. And
exactly. Yes. Yeah. It's like that's the one part of Maverick. I love that new movie Maverick so freaking much. It makes me like Top Gun better. But when he's in the supersonic whatever thing in the beginning and he's just wee, it's like if you're going straight. straight. There's no wee.
Right.
Oh well.
Yeah, nothing beats like one of my favorite bits in Wayne's World 2 when they fly to England to go meet Del Griffith, and it's the plane like you can see the wire. The plane
funny.
Flying across, and then it cuts to Wayne and Garth in Piccadilly Circus, and it's two actors from behind just playing. Wow, I can't believe we're in Piccadilly Circus. You don't actually see their faces.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe they paid for us to fly out here.
Yeah, just the shot of that plane, like roughly shaking by the camera.
And Garth is like this. Garth is like here, Wayne's here, and like the next scene, they're like
tall and skinny. Yeah. And then they cut to like an interior shot of Mike Myers and Dana Carvey like opening the door into like it's clearly back in Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's funny. I have to watch the second one. I don't know if I ever seen the second one.
Oh, it's so good.
Never.
I don't. Maybe I probably have, but I don't remember it.
Christopher Walken.
Wayne stuff.
Love the first one.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm living the first one sometimes.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
Jim Morrison Jr.
Yeah,
Jim Morrison was not
Jr.
Jim Morrison is in the movie, my friend.
He's in the movie. Yeah.
From Jim Morrison from what? The Doors? He's been
Doors.
dead from 30
years.
From
Beyond the Grave. Yeah.
I see. Beyond. I gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Wayne's World 2 rules. It's awesome.
Yeah, they break a lot of comedic barriers that like no one had really done yet. In that one, like there's a nod to Jurassic Park which was just made right.
Just come out. Yeah.
And so they really pushed it with that one. It was cool.
So D.A.R.Y.L is learning baseball. Andy is teaching D.A.R.Y.L how to play baseball, and it's another moment of like something is up with this kid because he doesn't understand the mechanics of it. Andy explains it to him once, and then he's cracking out homers, blasting that ball across the road, and then eventually breaking the window of Andy and Joyce's house. And
for some reason he thinks it's his coaching skills that did it.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, that's naive Andy. We'll let him have that one. He's excited about his foster son being good at baseball. Wants to use him as the secret weapon. Swears Turtle to secrecy.
You're right. You're right.
They got a big game coming up with their rival.
Long that it's like winning the lottery. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He just wants to beat that guy so bad in a game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and now he's got his foster son, his secret weapon, and that's that's what happens. In between that, we have the ATM scene, but they play their baseball game, and that's exactly what D.A.R.Y.L does. He first up to bat, he hits that home run. I get the sense that, and I get the sense that the team is kind of, bad, even though Turtle, I guess, is their star player because he makes that comment about like, I'm the best runner.
Your star player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that they don't win a lot. But that's all going to change. And then
one of my favorite thing on that is the freeze frame, dude. They do
in the middle of the sequence. In the middle of the movie, there is a freeze frame that then fades out as a scene transition. It is the weirdest. It is the weirdest choice.
Yeah, because at first I'm like, were there other cuts of this film? And like they bring him, like they finally do the game or something, and like that's where they wanted to end the movie because it literally feels like that.
Feels like the end of the movie. Exactly. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like the climax, even though their climax ends up being like a stealth bomber jet plane. Like that's their climax. But there's just something so weird about this mid-movie freeze frame after winning a game.
Yep. You never hear about the team again.
No,
it's never brought up.
We've turned the page on that chapter. We won that one.
Yep.
In between that is when we have the scene that we were talking about with Turtle gives D.A.R.Y.L the pep talk, and then D.A.R.Y.L he decides to like be bad at baseball. He strikes out, and then he talks back to Andy and Joyce and said, kiss my ass. And then
it's just a dick contest.
Well, but his attitude changes too.
Yeah, it's just a pecker measuring contest.
His attitude changes too. He doesn't just throw the game; he throws it with like this, like he's skulking a little bit.
What's the point? Why am I doing this? It's just a pecker measuring contest between you and the other coach.
Yeah,
and it like there is such a kind of a funny moment to me where when Joyce has like the nice sort of pep talk with D.A.R.Y.L after that moment, I'm just like, God, Turtle was so right. That is exactly what Joyce wanted.
That's what she needed.
She needed
that validation that she's a good mom.
Yes.
That's what I got out of that scene.
Yeah. She was complaining.
And she stepped right into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In a previous scene, she was saying like, he's too perfect. He cleans up his room. He polishes his floors. He's so polite. And Turtle's parents, played by Colleen Camp, who we didn't talk about, but Colleen Camp is also in Clue with Michael McKean.
Yvette.
She plays Yvette. They're like, what are you complaining about? Like, you have the perfect child. He's clean and polite. Like, look at our kid. Look at Turtle.
They're like, we trade ours up for $100.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So good. Yeah, that was totally validation for Joyce, like in that scene. And I think D.A.R.Y.L, that's the other thing where they're like, he's picking up emotion. And I think because of demands that he's being given as a computer, hey, don't be so nice. He's like trying to figure out why, and then he sees these compassionate things happening, and he somehow absorbs it.
That's a really good point, because we as the audience, the first time viewing of this movie, we don't know that exactly yet. We know something is up with D.A.R.Y.L, but we don't know that he is a computer brain. And you're right, all of this information he's picking up is building these new connections, which eventually lead to why the scientists at the military facility, they feel for him, because they go out of their way to explain that he is flesh and blood. He's a real boy computer brain, because the scientist says that a doctor wouldn't be able to tell unless they x-rayed his brain. Right. They even make the point that he will age. Right.
Yeah, he's growing like a real boy, because he's a body. Only the head is. Otherwise, it feels like David from AI. A lot of parallels with AI in this.
Yeah. Well, and one of
they mentioned that they're like, he's one of our new experiments with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, and by the way, we didn't know what that was in 1985.
Yeah, totally. One of the funny things is they have to like shoehorn that into the Terminator franchise, as they were making all of those subsequent sequels and bringing back Arnold Schwarzenegger. They have to like shoehorn in the organic material surrounding the Terminator because, Arnold aged. So the Terminator has to age.
The endoskeleton wrapped in meat suit.
Exactly. Then we have another moment that is just explaining, like, just showing us that D.A.R.Y.L picks things up quickly because Joyce is now teaching him piano. The only thing I was missing is I wanted an insert shot. Because clearly D.A.R.Y.L wasn't actually playing the piano, but I just wanted one of those where they get some child prodigy, bring them in, and they do the insert shot of the hands playing on the piano. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
No, you didn't get that one. You didn't see Joyce play it either.
No.
Like you saw them on the side,
Do you want a super quick tangent that is Back to the Future related? It's super quick.
Of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of hands and insert shots, I just came across a video the other night of when we found the time circuits for the time machine restoration, and we were going over them with Bob Gale. And in this little video, he tells us a quick story about when Marty's in 1955 and the plutonium, when he's at the sign for Lion Estates and the car's out of gas and he's like, whatever. He hits the dashboard at one point with the rubber glove on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's Bob Gale. Bob Gale's doing it. It was Bob Gale's hand. Yeah, it was his hand in the glove doing it. I had no idea.
Wow.
I didn't even remember him telling us that way back until I saw the video last night.
I have an insert shot hand Back to the Future related theory. Everybody talks about Eric Stoltz. So if people don't know, Eric Stoltz was the original actor cast as Marty McFly. Did a couple of weeks of shooting. They realized they didn't like the performance that he was giving for their character, and they wanted Michael J. Fox from the beginning. Long story short, Michael is Marty, and Eric Stoltz was fired. Everybody talks about how Eric is still in the movie in one of the shots of punching Biff at the cafe in the 50s, because they realized they didn't have to reshoot everything, only all of the stuff that Marty was in. I also believe that it is Eric Stoltz's hand who is putting the finger on the phone book and going down to Doc Brown's name. And the reason I think that it's Eric Stoltz's hands is because the hand has freckles all over it. And
I actually agree with you, but I also feel like I've heard this before as that it's true. I think you're right about this one, Brandon.
That's what I think. I just don't think anybody really talks about it, because
I've never heard it before.
Michael J. Fox doesn't have freckles. Eric Stoltz has lots of freckles. Yeah.
And in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you can see him in full red hair like
Yes.
mode because he's with Spicoli
Yeah.
and the guys.
Is Jay checking it right now?
I think he is right now.
But
yeah, there's a few.
It's a big hand too. I think it's got to be Eric Stoltz's hand, unless it's some completely different person that they used for the insert. But I just think that they had Eric Stoltz there, and they did that, and then just didn't need to reshoot it when they brought Michael J. Fox on board.
Yeah, for sure. Why would they do it again? It'd be crazy if they ever released like an Eric Stoltz.
I know. The small amount of footage that exists online is so fascinating to see, because like even famously his costume changed completely when they brought Michael in.
Yeah. The costume's different completely.
He was wearing
I have to
dark
agree with
colors.
you on this, Brandon. I feel like it's plain as day. I feel
it's
like
gotta be Eric
there's
Stoltz
no way
hand.
in a million years in 4K that's Michael J. Fox's hand. He doesn't have sunspots on his hand like that now, let alone 40 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
Just weird obsessive things from Back to the Future fans.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we?
We were
this is the
talking
tangent
about,
show, man. It's crazy.
We were talking about
the
piano.
So
in a
right after
shot.
the piano is when we find out that Daryl's real parents have been found. Yep.
Yeah, that's Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, it's got to be Eric Stoltz's hand.
Definitely.
So
good job,
we
Brandon.
find out that Daryl's real parents have been found, and we see a couple of photographs of an older man and a woman with Daryl, and obviously Andy and Joyce are sad. They're about to lose this special boy that's come into their life, and they knew that could have been the case when they accepted to foster him. They knew that they were looking for his parents, but now that the day has come, it is sad. And
it's interesting they used actual photos of Barrett when as a kid in the photographs.
And the other photos that are just of a young Daryl would have are a young Barrett Oliver. This is another scene that I did really enjoy when Michael McKean goes up and talks to Daryl up in his room. And he's, Daryl's like, I want to stay with you guys. It's like, well, you're kids have to be with their parents. And it's just another example of like, he's a good actor. And it's just a wonderful.
The best line right there is, oh, like the car belongs to you.
Yes.
That's a good, he's like, no, not exactly.
But
it's such a good
again,
father and son thing.
That's computer process trying to figure out the emotions related to why I like it here. Why do I have to go with these people? And, not fully understanding, because he's a computer, like, this is how society works. You are the, you're the property of these other people because they're your biological parents, or so we're told. Right.
Right.
I agree about the learning part. It also seems like he's struggling with the fact that he does want these things, because previously he sort of has been a machine. Yeah. And somehow he's now like David in AI, he's now imprinted on these people and this life that he likes. Yeah. And as a machine, like, how is that all happening? Because the machine just does what it's told normally.
Right.
It doesn't have desires and feelings and wants and needs.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I feel like you could take all of that and put it on not a computer little boy. If there was a little boy who had amnesia and was lost and found this new family that loved him and was teaching him baseball and having all this fun and a loving household. Exactly. A young boy is maybe going to ask the same questions of like, well, why do I have to go with these people? I don't know who these people are. Right.
Yeah.
So the parallels of like a young human boy learning and a young computer boy learning, they're the same, man. It's like these writers knew what they were doing. And then we meet Daryl's parents. They come and they pick up Daryl and
they're suspect.
Yes,
I knew something was up.
Michael McKean is picking some weirdness up. I think he says it in like a scene or two later, that he's like,
He
they
says
didn't
like the
ask any
photos.
questions. Oh yes, you're right.
Everything, nothing was
Photos are
personal.
bland. Yes,
Yes.
they're in front of a blank wall, like it's bland. And then later says like, did you think it was weird that they didn't ask any questions?
They didn't ask how he was, what his
Yes.
condition was. Yeah.
They just came in and picked him up. And so Daryl's parents, take him away. We have a scene with Turtle. He can't bear saying goodbye to his best friend. And he runs off. We have the scene that you mentioned where the sister comes and says, "Will you write to me?" Like, everybody is sad that this little boy is about to leave their lives. Like, he was so special.
He completed the puzzle for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, those people see each other every day. Like, I guarantee you see them having the cookout, which we didn't mention. Andy's
Michael McKean has a
apron,
his face
with his face on
picture
it. On it. Yeah,
amazing.
And you're like, production had to make that. Somebody had to make that for Michael McKean.
I wonder if he still has it.
Where is that exactly? Somebody has that somewhere in their house.
I wonder how often in celebrity interviews Michael McKean gets asked about D.A.R.Y.L, because I want to make it my point to like red carpet him someplace and be like, like Stuttering John, but serious, and be like, can we talk about D.A.R.Y.L? I'd love to talk about D.A.R.Y.L. What can you tell us about D.A.R.Y.L?
Yep. That'd be awesome.
Michael McKean was in that Clue documentary, so he's clearly and that Clue documentary was very low budget. So he's clearly willing to talk about his career.
Maybe we just call him up.
Yeah, just ring him up. What's the deal with D.A.R.Y.L?
Hilarious.
There's a lot of weirdness. I kind of actually really like that I was able to, watch this movie without any sort of information, because I am tracking all of this through it as a first-time viewer, because the parents are weird. Right? They take him to this airport. They get on a private jet. They're not talking to him in the car. I think he says like, "Oh, are we flying somewhere?" And they don't really answer him. They get on the private jet.
They know how he works, right? So like they're only giving him the information they want him to have, and everything else needs to remain a question. Otherwise, he'll calculate it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what,
because they know what he is. So he asks when the dad asks questions, it's like, do you know why your friend ran away? Like, it's not because he's upset with you. It's because he's going to miss you. And he's trying to program
I got
at all times.
So much Stranger Things vibes in this movie, with the helicopters, the kid running away, the Papa vibe of the parents, the whole Hawkins Lab thing, the military thing. I think the Duffer Brothers really like this movie.
Pulled from this,
yeah. There's a lot of Stranger Things.
I saw that discourse online. I've never watched Stranger Things. So I don't get. I understand what you're saying. Like, I know enough about Stranger Things to understand the pop culture points and the connections that you're making. But
this movie falls. This movie falls right in the pocket of what you're talking about, like of what Stranger Things is doing. This is perfect source material.
And I saw some of that online, so I'm glad you guys brought it up, and that bringing some validity to that theory, because
I didn't think
as an
about
outsider,
it until Micah said it, but it's perfect.
Yeah, just like the military thing, like being heavy, and then like them being really close with him, and kind of you can tell that they worked on probably experiments with him and things, and that's what they do in Stranger Things.
Okay.
And then it's also like where the government's just like, get rid of it, kind of thing. Like it's it.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see the parents. You think only the dad's gonna have the dad is the one who has the change of heart and helps him escape, and you think the lady's gonna turn him in when she actually pulls through in the end too. It's a cool change of heart scene when she shows up at the hospital.
Yeah, she was in on it the whole time.
It's a VA hospital now, I think. And when I did my locations, I was like, I don't want to film too much, but when you drive up just like they do in the movie. It's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, because the other thing with what's her name, Dr. Lamb, she she helps
Mom.
with the escape because she's in the operating room with Dr. Jeffries.
That's right.
Dr. Stewart. Dr. Jeffrey Stewart.
Shit.
So Dr. Lamb and Dr. Stewart, they're both in that operating room terminating D.A.R.Y.L, and they come out with both of the blood on their scrubs, eliminating him in whatever the general is requiring them to do. But from that moment, she's in on helping the escape because she has to be part of the appearing like they've done their job, but hiding D.A.R.Y.L in Dr. Stewart's car for him to get out of the facility, right? But she does struggle with it, right?
Before that, you feel like she's not gonna help him, like she's gonna turn on him,
because she even makes the comment of like, you're not gonna bring those people to this facility, right? When Dr. Stewart wants to bring Andy, Joyce, and Turtle to come and visit D.A.R.Y.L, because they're realizing like he's turning into a real young boy. You know, they have that scene where they're discussing his making a decision about whether he wants to eat vanilla or chocolate ice cream, and that blows Dr. Stewart away. Yes,
sentient choice. Yes,
and that's what they're trying to prove. I have to give so much credit to this movie for shooting the memories as POV shots.
The baseball stuff was so cool.
It is something that takes me out of a movie instantly. It bugs me so much if they go into seeing somebody's memories or showing us a memory and it is just reused footage from the beginning scenes that we saw. I go like, that's not how memories work. We don't see the world from or remember things from outside of ourselves. We remember it from our point of view, what we experienced. So to have the forethought to be like, okay, we're at the ball diamond. We got to get POV footage to be able to insert in a small screen in the background, albeit POV footage of a baseball game. Like that's forethought, that's thinking, that's planning, and that's good filmmaking.
Very good filmmaking. It was such a cool scene. I remember they always showed like the scene of him showing like the memory of the baseball thing. I was like, somebody went out there with a camcorder probably and was just like moving it around like he's moving like his head, and they don't want to make it too perfect. They don't want to make it too perfect. It looks like a camcorder shot, but it looks like someone's just a POV. And what a weird thing.
But it requires thought, and it requires time, and it requires money. So it's just, I got so much respect for them. Actually,
they thought everything out in this, and they didn't have to, because in most kid movies, it's, why does this work? Because I say it does from the director, and you just go with it.
That's again where the quality of this movie was beyond what it needed to be for kids. This was a very adult movie that happens to be about kids, kinda.
The
two main characters are kids, although one's a robot kid.
So this is where like the movie kind of changes, in my opinion, because we get the answers now. We know D.A.R.Y.L is a computer-brained boy. We learn that the military is not so impressed by D.A.R.Y.L wanting to choose between chocolate and vanilla ice cream. They don't see the value in that as a militarized weapon, is essentially what they're developing this data analyzing robot youth Lifeform program for. This artificial.
They specifically don't want any of this new stuff. They're like, shut it down. We're just looking for something that takes orders and fights for us.
Exactly.
Terminator.
I also love that they specifically call out an adult version. And so I wrote down, is it called a D.A.R.Y.L, a data analyzing robot adult life form? A D.A.R.Y.L.
Nice.
Look at my VHS. They misspelt it. I don't know if you can see.
I'll make you big. 1 second.
Oh, nice. They threw an E on the end.
Because this is from a club video.
Show it again, Micah, now that you're big.
And right here it says D.A.R.Y.L.
Oh my
Right.
God, they put an E on the end of it.
Yeah.
D.A.R.Y.L.
And they put fam, and this is from the club video.
But that's from
rental store.
whatever college kid who was probably high
Yes.
at the time who printed it out at the local at the
Exactly.
store, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this thing's moved around a while. There's 2 VHS stickers right down here. This one says North Carolina rental, and then this one is the video bar in Newton Commons. I don't know where that is.
Really?
So that's gone out of business.
It was in
a couple
North Carolina
times.
at one point.
It was in North Carolina at one point, and I bought
where they
this
shot the opening.
copy. I bought this copy in Orlando at a convention.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I stepped on something you said, Jay.
I'm sorry too. I don't.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're doing a great job. Even though I tested it, this audio interface isn't perfect tonight. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I think it's going great. So now we have to have this big elaborate escape because the military wants to destroy D.A.R.Y.L. Andy and Joyce and Turtle know that D.A.R.Y.L's a robot now. Both the scientists, well, I guess only Dr. Stewart we really sort of see. He wants to save D.A.R.Y.L because, Joyce has that line like he's flesh and blood. He's a little boy, right? And the cold-hearted military, the general just wants to eliminate him, right? And I think the doctor says something like he's a real boy who will die and feels pain and will says decompose or something like it's some like, and it's like, oh my God, like this cold general really does want to eliminate this, boy, this flesh and blood boy.
The cold general, I think, is just following orders. He's very cut and dry. It doesn't matter what they are. We don't get involved with emotion. It's the order came down from above, and they want this thing eliminated, so we do it. I don't give a shit about your feelings and your pain and your decomposition.
Exactly. Classic military stuff.
Just in a little bit, and by the way, this whole section that you're talking about now in the movie has Flight of the Navigator vibes for me when they've got the kid at NASA and all of that, and he has to escape. It's not quite as dark, maybe, but I don't know. I agree with everything you're saying, but I also loved it.
Yeah, I like it. It's not anywhere near bad. Like it's just like it's all good. Like it's all gravy.
It has the vibe of a made-for-TV movie in a sense in certain scenes, but then it also reminds you. It reminds you in certain scenes too, like, oh, this is Hollywood. Like that freaking kid just ejected himself out of that
totally.
aircraft. You know what I mean? Like you believe it, and they did such a good. Whoever worked on the establishing shots and really like, I don't know. It just they kind of went over what they should have done in this film for what the audience was going to be. Like some of these scenes and
tonally this rocks. Like they spent so much effort getting the tone right.
Yeah. So their big plan is to trick the general into thinking that they've gotten rid of the D.A.R.Y.L. He's gone.
Are you happy now, General? We killed the kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what they end up doing is they hide him inside the back seat of Dr. Stewart's car.
First of all, they pretend to kill him, right? They pretend to kill him.
They delete his files.
But they've established earlier that the computer can hear his thoughts. Yeah. It can read his thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah. So it says, I hope I get away with this. So that's when they catch him.
and it's actually, it is a moment I really liked because it comes up on the screen the first time. It comes up on the screen for a second and it catches the general's eye and then it deletes. And so that's when the general's like, what was that?
Wait,
that wasn't a deleted. It was another line. And then it's not until the doctor is just about to pass his military, checkpoint. They're checking the car, they're checking underneath it, they're checking the trunk to let him out.
Great suspense during this back and forth. Great suspense. Mm-hmm.
And then the general sees it again. He sees another line from D.A.R.Y.L, and he makes the call to the front desk, or sorry, the front gate. And just as that's happening, Dr. Stewart is clearing and he's on his way. But the call still goes out. They got to chase that car down. That's where we see all the Jeeps come down at that cool military facility we were talking about.
Production value up the wazoo.
The chase is on. They are after Dr. Stewart. D.A.R.Y.L, comes out of the back seat. And this is where the big car chase that we were talking about sort of gets started. They hit that highway. The police are after them. Military's after them. D.A.R.Y.L saw a 2-wheel stunt earlier, like maybe 15, 20 minutes earlier when he's watching those 6 TVs in his room.
Yeah.
Talking about how he can talk to the computers. Because, what does he do? He brings the volume down without the remote. Something like that. And Dr. Stewart's like, how do you do that? He's like, well, I can talk to the computers.
Yeah. Cool.
Then D.A.R.Y.L takes over driving because, we saw him play that video game earlier in the film, which I'm just making that connection now. That was the setup for
position.
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what you're doing? He goes, yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's just a video game to him, right?
I love that scene so much as a kid. As an adult, everything was great except it. I don't know what this says about me, but it made me slightly uncomfortable that the kid has to get over the guy's lap. It's just there's a little bit of it. He's a little too old to just. It's only for a second, and it has to happen that way. It would be weird if he went over the kid, but it just there was 1 minute of like, oh god, all right, no other way to do it.
And then we come to what I would say is a scene that I liked, but also had my jaw on the floor. I could not
give it to me.
I could not believe that this is where this movie goes. So Dr. Stewart and D.A.R.Y.L, they hide out for the night. They steal a farmer's truck. They leave him the old car behind. They come up to a roadblock. And they come up with this cool plan where Dr. Stewart dresses in whatever, clothes, a jacket or whatever must have been in the truck. D.A.R.Y.L gets out, goes around through the forest. Dr. Stewart distracts the police officer while D.A.R.Y.L comes around the other side of the car, takes out the fuses, takes the mic, takes the keys. And Dr. Stewart gets through the roadblock. Then they
would have gotten away with this. They would have gotten away with this perfectly if they did it around the bend. But I guess the kid has to come out of the woods somewhere. So it is what it is.
Although we do learn in a second that there is another officer around the bend. So maybe he would have seen it there. But regardless, you're right. I don't know, 50, 60 feet down from the roadblock, D.A.R.Y.L runs out through the forest and gets in the truck. And so the police officer that just let him through sees him, fires his gun in the air, and you're like, what the heck? Why did he do that? As they round the bend,
Mickey made it right through their roadblock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And as they round the bend, they see another officer, and it's a second roadblock. And this officer open fires at Dr. Stewart and D.A.R.Y.L in this truck. Like, I understand that there is like a government secret military program, but I could not believe that
these are just local cops. They don't know anything about all that crap. They're just doing their orders of like stop the traffic.
Some runaways.
I can't believe
some runaways.
The movie
Let me shoot these runaways exactly.
He shoots at the truck, gets Dr. Stewart. They get away because they crash into the police car.
Knocks the wheel off it and everything.
Yes, but then we cut to like this like beautiful like fallen leaves forest wide shot of the truck, and there's Dr. Stewart laying in the grass. And
what a lovely place to die. Yes.
Oh my God. I just was like, what the? I can't believe that this is what happened.
Also, this poor kid, this keeps happening. A crazy chase on a mountain road and some guy dying.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, I don't think D.A.R.Y.L saw that. Maybe he knew, but I don't think he saw that. But oh boy, I was like, what the heck? Like, this is a third act climax. I can't believe they killed off that character. And then what does D.A.R.Y.L do? He gets to a military airport, and I was
so in my
mind
they're back at the base, but it's probably different. What do you guys think? In my mind, we're back at the base. Otherwise, how would he get there? Why would we? You know what I mean?
Like, it's gotta be like, it can't be an additional location. It has to be like he went back
story wise, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think he climbs the fence the way he does?
Dude, when he's sitting there just holding on, he's like spread legs.
It is the weirdest thing. I should have pulled a screenshot, but he's like sitting on the fence. You know, I don't even know. Like, it's the weirdest position. It's such a funny shot. He's like already posing there, and the camera like pans across to him. It's like he's like, you know how somebody would be like in a comedy movie, like hiding, in plain sight, just
you can't see me,
like against the wall. That's exactly what D.A.R.Y.L's doing. So he hasn't learned stealth fully yet.
No.
Climbs the fence, and then another weird thing. Oh, I guess he sees the tripwire, doesn't go over the tripwire. But then another weird thing is this dog gets launched out of nowhere. Like,
that was a great jump scare. That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if they like threw this dog or shot it out of a cannon. It's insane. It like lands
circus dog out of a
cannon. And then I don't even know what happens. D.A.R.Y.L calms the dog down, or what do you guys think?
That's one of my notes. That's one of my notes. What did I ask about the dog? Does he help the dog? Like, did he kill the dog? Did he hurt the dog? Is he helping the dog?
I don't know. What's
because he's laying there for a second with the dog, and he's like, it seems like he's going to help him, but then again.
Yeah.
Another jump scare.
I don't know.
So
maybe
what did you? I put a question mark.
Maybe he's just trying to figure out how to calm, the dog or anything, because we don't really see him ever having another. The only time we see him having interaction with another animal is when Turtle's returning the dog they walk for that lady down the street.
Oh yeah.
So like D.A.R.Y.L's really not around,
maybe
animals.
Well, right, and he communicates with machines, not animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a cut scene around there where he learns something about a dog or something.
Yeah.
And
maybe he can whistle a dog whistle.
Yeah.
Because in my memory, we just cut to him walking in front and seeing the SR-71, right? Like after the dog bark. Like that's it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is like that little sequence is weird. Not only just his positioning climbing the fence, but then this dog attacks him, but then lands on the ground and like stays laid down, and he kind of has a moment with the dog, and I'm like, okay, is he able to like communicate with animals now? Did he learn that?
Right. As a kid, I thought he was a robot. As a kid, I didn't get the separation of, he's flesh, but with a brain, like, even though it's covered very clearly as an adult. I saw that. As a kid, I never got it. So I thought the dog jumped out. He took a swipe at the dog, and like a guy in a movie with a cast on or something, it just knocked the shit out of the dog. So I always thought he went down to go help the dog.
Chop.
And then the dog is like, rah, again.
Yeah.
And
because maybe D.A.R.Y.L's reflexes are different.
Yeah. That it didn't make sense to me at all. I just and then we're so past it that it was like, okay, I guess he's just taking care of that dog. Like there was not actually a threat, it was just a jump scare. And then D.A.R.Y.L steals a military stealth bomber jet. Like
what was at the time the fastest plane ever created by man.
Yeah,
the SR-71 Blackbird. This was a big deal at the time. It was a big deal. This predates stealth fighter, stealth bomber. This is the first stealth.
Excuse me.
And we forgot to bring it up earlier.
To wrap it up. Micah's right.
Yeah, when he's on the plane, he does ask if he can go meet the pilots, and the pilots teach him how a plane works to the point where he like corrects the math of the other pilot. And gets it
I like when he goes, so if I want to go back home, I just have to do this.
It'll take me there. Like, you're smart. Yep.
I'm going to get it.
And then he does, and he just starts chewing his bubble gum.
Exactly.
Dude, he knew about the camera. That was awesome.
I know. It's a great moment. Like he's like a multi-million-dollar plane and a kid with a pack of chewing gum just beat your system. It's like, dude,
Yep.
D.A.R.Y.L rules.
Yeah, it's one of the best lines in the movie.
So they're tracking D.A.R.Y.L.
A kid with a stick of chewing gum just deactivated your $50 million warplane or something.
Exactly. So they're tracking D.A.R.Y.L. They know he's taken the jet. They're telling him, the general or somebody says, like, there's a safety precaution. There's an explosive in the jet for these purposes. If somebody,
we can just push the button anytime we want.
And exactly. So they give D.A.R.Y.L like 6 minutes or whatever to turn around, or they're going to blow you out of the sky. And in that 6 minutes, D.A.R.Y.L puts the chewing gum on the camera. He changes the radio frequency to now be talking to Turtle on their walkie-talkies that they had back in the neighborhood. The military doesn't know what
gag. Love that
frequency he's on, so they can't hear what he's saying to Turtle. He's covered the camera, and he comes up with this plan so Turtle meet him at Blue Lake. Doesn't explain what's going to happen, but what
doesn't it feel like the movie's really picking up now? Is really, we've got 20 more pages.
Totally. Yeah. And that's kind of what we were talking about with even more of the end of what is about to happen. But D.A.R.Y.L foils the U.S. military by turning off tracking on his ejector seat, waiting until the last second. He's put in the coordinates to get him near Blue Lake so that he can eject himself near the neighborhood where Turtle and Joyce and Andy and everybody lives, and land in Blue Lake, and the jet blows up, and it's a confirmed kill. But they're like, he could have ejected. We have trackers on those ejector pods, even though there's a button that says to turn off tracking, right? Like it's they don't know their machines. It's pretty dumb. So D.A.R.Y.L lands in Blue Lake.
Well, hang on. I agree with you here in the juxtaposition of, like, you look at this ridiculous Muppet Show type button versus the authentic sci-fi-ness of the sets of where they just were at the installation and all that stuff. I agree. It's uneven.
Yeah.
And then Turtle and his sister arrive at Blue Lake. They find that D.A.R.Y.L has crash landed in the water. He's unconscious. He's way the heck out there. His best friend Turtle, he jumps in that water to go and save his friend. The older sister goes to flag.
Splash down in the lake, just like explorers. How about that?
Oh yeah. Or Commando. At the beginning of Commando.
Where he does not say, "Get to the chopper."
No. And then we go to the hospital, and we have a moment which like D.A.R.Y.L has died, because Joyce and Andy come crying out. It's a sad moment. And then we have everyone's back at the house, and Turtle has this big revelation that he's a computer. Death is brain death. Right, he's a computer. Smash cut to Dr. Lamb with like a briefcase, like, D.A.R.Y.L, I know that you can hear me. And then D.A.R.Y.L comes running around the corner, and we have a happy ending with everybody hugging. A end credit song, "Somewhere I Belong." I had to write it down because it was like
another freeze frame.
Yeah. Oh man. So I totally
agree with you.
Yeah,
it's a 90-minute movie where the movie's happening in 85 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes of the movie happen in the last 5 minutes.
It's actually a 100-minute movie. It's an hour and 40. So
it is. Okay.
It is. Yeah. It's just I totally agree. I think it just it needed something else, but would that have put it over the edge as being paced too weird? But that ending is so it's too quick.
We found two places where you could throw another scene in that would help everything. I think that wouldn't have
and maybe
slowed it down.
cut some stuff a little bit earlier, pick up the pace, get us to the military facility a little quicker. Definitely. How many times do we really need to see D.A.R.Y.L be a genius, right? Do we need the piano? Do we need the school?
We probably don't. You're right. I liked it, but we don't. Maybe we don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I liked
They
it.
could have given us a scene at the end of the reunion when he runs home, a flash forward, and they're maybe at the baseball game, and then maybe like they mentioned that Andy and Joyce actually are pregnant, and Daryl's going to be a big brother. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that was a big trend back in those days.
Short circuit.
Yeah.
That's what happened in AI. Everything was fine until the real kid came along.
Well,
yeah.
Also, the other thing is that, like, D.A.R.Y.L is government property, and they're going to continue to look for him, right? Like, he's not safe. He may be alive and back with Andy and Joyce and Turtle, but
they're going to go there first to check for him.
Yes, exactly.
You know what? That's interesting. I didn't get that. You think so? I think as far as everything else, he's declared dead, and then
I want to believe that. I want to believe that they're like, he's
in
done.
my mind,
Well,
because D.A.R.Y.L, the meat suit, would be dead story-wise.
Yeah.
So in my mind, the guy grew him another meat suit and just. Did you ever see Chappie? It's like the consciousness is one thing, and then the body is another thing.
Well, I guess they would have to like change his name and, you know, hide him from any sort of investigation. Like, that's what the sequel would be. You can have the storyline of they're actually pregnant.
D.A.R.Y.L on the run.
Yes, but they have to hide D.A.R.Y.L from the oncoming military investigation.
Yeah. D.A.R.Y.L goes to college.
Exactly.
You knew where I was going. Exactly.
With Turtle in the college.
Yeah. Yeah. D.A.R.Y.L can just like, he can like put back beers, you know.
That'll be D.A.R.Y.L goes to Hawaii when he discovers the daiquiri.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, any other thoughts about D.A.R.Y.L? That was we hit it all.
We talked about a lot otherwise too.
D.A.R.Y.L's a gem. It's definitely you don't have to be in any kind of mood to really watch it. It's just it just kind of happens. You get some high points, you get some nostalgia in it. But ultimately it's just a feel good movie. And I think that's why a lot of kids grew up watching it, because you could turn it on at any point and kind of pick up on, if you've seen it before, pick up on what's happening. And it was, you know, it's just one of those, there's a lot of memorable scenes, but there's also not like, there's no, how about you come down here and chunk some of this shit, shark jumping out. Like, there's no like scene that sticks in your head. There's no scene that sticks in your head like E.T. flying over the moon. Like, there's not there's so many scenes in this movie, but there's not the scene.
Well,
yeah, you're totally right.
The shot of D.A.R.Y.L with the helmet chewing the gum in the jet is like that's the image of this movie that I think of, but probably because it was on the box art or something at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I just kept writing in my notes how much I was enjoying the movie. I think another reason that you brought it up with the Stranger Things of it all, it shows how this movie does a good job of capturing that time period. When I watched it, I wasn't thinking about, man, I remember being at the Y and watching this with my friends. Like, no, I didn't have a good time when I was at the Y after school. That's not it. But it did capture this period of America or whatever in the 80s that I do remember. And it is very nostalgic. And that it just made me feel good to be there again.
Oh, yeah. Like anything from this era is so good.
Yeah, but the way Back to the Future and Hill Valley, like, it just feels that Anytown USA of it all. Yeah. This had that for me, although I thought it was the Pacific Northwest the whole time.
Yeah, no, that neighborhood and that baseball park is just, it doesn't matter what time of year you go, Delaney Park feels like 1985 baseball.
But the clothes they're wearing, like all of us kids had those striped shirts and all that. Like, that was life back then.
We went to cookouts all the time with my neighbors and my dad. It's like,
you never saw an adult man without a beer in his hand.
No. The women were always in the kitchen talking. Kids were playing. Yep. You know, that was just life. I mean, they captured it really well on here too. And it also, if you notice in a lot of 80s movies, there's always like a little tick. Like, people are kind of always a little weird. Like, they try to make it real, but like
you
in
mean
Problem
quirky?
Child, like in Problem Child 2, there's a lot of quirkiness in this world. In Daryl's world, it's very, this is America. We are happy. We are honest working people. We have neighbors. We have a baseball team. We eat hot dogs. Like there's no weird, like there's something off with that person. And right. Even Daryl is so Brady Bunch, like with his clothes and
you're right.
You know what I mean? Like there's
no the burbs going on in this at all. Well, everybody is kind of like by the book. 2.5
it's
kids.
Like a heightened version.
House with a backyard.
Movies will do like a heightened version of reality and have more quirky characters or louder characters or, you know, more vibrant characters because it's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be catchy. It's supposed to, you know, you're watching it. But there is something you're right about this movie. Yeah.
It was more grounded.
Totally grounded, even though it's about a computer brain boy who's being built and funded by the U.S. military, right?
So this is another thing of the era, and I go to Back to the Future and Ghostbusters specifically. They played both of those stories straight, and there was something about that, like they just did it really well during this time frame. Daryl's a prime example. They pretend like this is a real story. This is a serious story. Sit back and listen to this real story. Yeah. Even though some of the stuff is a little convoluted and hard to believe. They go, you're going to suspend it because we're playing it so straight. I feel like that's lost. That art is lost. I don't know that we see that these days so much. I feel like everybody's kind of winking and trying to beat the joke Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Fallon style.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
very
I can't
true.
think of an
example. Also, what a good soundtrack too. That was so original too. Like, there's no music.
And Marvin Hamlish.
Yeah. But it's like just such a good soundtrack to me. Like the music's really good.
Totally agree.
It's very fitting with the film. I'll say that
when it starts with that whistling music, it feels like Rambo or Deliverance or something else. It does not feel like it's going to be a kids Disney-esque movie.
Well, it looks like Rambo or Deliverance from the start. All that forest stuff.
In the snow-capped mountains and like the helicopter. Like
the helicopter comes in, you're like, well, you're for sure that's got Brian Dennehy in it. Like you just positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Jacket with the fur collar.
Yeah. And it's like dead of winter.
Daryl's out there with like the bandana on. He drew first blood. He drew first blood.
Tied around tied around his
Dude.
So
Daryl first blood.
Daryl came out.
Did Siskel and Ebert watch this one?
Well, I'll get there. Daryl came out June 14th, 1985. Had a budget of $10 million.
Ooh. That's less than I would have thought.
Yeah. Opened number 7.
I guess there are no names in this movie, right? There's not a single famous person in it. So they're not paying talent. And they shot it all in small, low-budget locations. Okay.
Yeah. Opened number 7 on its opening weekend, which is awful. Here are the other films that week. Opening number 1 is Rambo: First Blood Part 2, has been in theaters for 4 weeks. Number 2 is Goonies, has been out for 2 weeks. Number 3, Fletch, has been out for 3 weeks.
These are killers.
New this week is the Jack Nicholson film Prizzy's Honor, which I've never seen.
Never heard
which we'll cover on the show at some point. Number 5, James Bond: A View to a Kill, been out for 4 weeks.
Oh, Robert Davi.
Number 6, the first film we covered on this show, Brewster's Millions, has been out for 4 weeks. And then number 7, D.A.R.Y.L. So, I mean, there's only one other new film opening up, Prizzy's Honor, this Jack Nicholson film. But like you guys said, like Rambo 2, Goonies, and Fletch, that is hard to.
Those were all killers. Killers of the year.
Right? And number 8 is, I believe, Beverly Hills Cop, still hanging around from the previous year's release, 1984.
Wow, 84. Wow.
D.A.R.Y.L only played in theaters for 3 weeks, and then it was gone.
Dang.
Made $6.5 million, according to the website that I use. Wikipedia says 7.8, but either way, still a failure. Opening number 7, not even making its budget, and the budget maybe before marketing, it's hard to differentiate if 10 million is a production budget or if it's 10 million plus whatever they put into marketing. And it sounds like maybe they didn't even put that much into marketing if it's opening number 7, right?
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert did watch D.A.R.Y.L. And we have another split. Siskel said thumbs down. He was not into it. He thought it was boring and bland. And Ebert liked it. He thought it was he thought it was interesting. He thought it was original. He liked Barrett Oliver. He thought the acting was good. But yeah, they were split. One up, one thumb up, one thumb down. I brought
that's about what I expected.
Yeah. That tracks for them. In 2020, TBS was developing a D.A.R.Y.L sequel series with Tony Hale from Arrested Development and Veep. He plays Buster on Arrested Development. He was going to be D.A.R.Y.L at 44 years old.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, we didn't talk about the actor who plays Howie Fox, Turtle's dad. His name is Steve Ryan. He is in one of the most iconic bits from Arrested Development. He plays the character J. Walter Weatherman.
With the one arm.
He's the guy with the one arm. That's why you always leave a note. Yes. That is
that.
Oh my God,
this
guy's arm.
Yeah, and then I'd mentioned at the beginning of the show, if people are, they love D.A.R.Y.L, Vinegar Syndrome in 2023, they put out a 4K release of D.A.R.Y.L, has, like I mentioned, new commentary, new behind the scenes feature. I wish I owned it now because I would have loved to. I want to learn more about the production of D.A.R.Y.L because there is nothing anywhere on the internet about this film. And that's, again,
it seems like the studio thought no one saw it, so no one's ever going to ask a question or want more info on it.
Yeah. And all of that leads into why I think it is like a forgettable 80s classic, or forgotten 80s classic, I should say. It's not forgettable. It's been forgotten.
It doesn't have there's not much merchandise you could really push with it even today, like t-shirts and things like that wouldn't do well.
Game.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Like there's not you can barely remember the name of the town. So it's like they don't like marketing stuff for this wasn't really their thought.
Yeah.
It's not like, a movie like Hell. I don't know.
I agree with everything you just said, but then I come to some of the movies it reminded me of, like War Games. And then I could say almost everything that you just said about War Games, because it's kind of, other than the big government computer in NORAD, it's sort of like unremarkable. Yeah, it's the Pacific Northwest somewhere, and there's a helicopter on the island and whatever, but they never really, I couldn't tell you one of the towns.
Yeah. I mean, the only difference with War Games is that they happen to cast Matthew Broderick, who goes on to be an icon in Ferris Bueller, right? So War Games always has that, is they can always put Matthew Broderick, a young Matthew Broderick, on the cover of a new Blu-ray release, and people go, oh yeah, Ferris Bueller's in this other movie, right?
Yeah.
The best you'll get out of this is, the kid from Neverending Story did another movie?
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly what it is.
If you look at the movie on streaming, it's like a picture of D.A.R.Y.L like doing this, and then there's like a superimposed photo of him with I think he's wearing the helmet, the headpiece thing.
Yes.
And it's like computer, like it looks like it's like computer what am I looking for? Pixels.
Like photoshopped.
Yeah, it's like a Photoshop pixel version of him.
Did
you find it?
Well, so here's the thing. I love VHS, but for a first time viewing, I was not going to watch D.A.R.Y.L on VHS because let's see, why is this not doing? Come on, buddy.
You made me big.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
I don't know how well this will show up, if it'll focus.
There it is.
But yeah, that's what you're talking about. It's like a weird split view.
Him holding the baseball and then that, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all talking about the same. We all got the same thing.
Yeah, there it is.
So that's what I was saying is I realized, like, you know, I might miss some information. I might miss some stuff if I'm actually watching D.A.R.Y.L on VHS in 2026 for the first time. And it was on. I was just looking, and it was on sale, so I bought it digitally. Just for my first viewing.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I did see that terrible cover.
In what system did you buy the movie? Apple or Amazon?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay. You live in the YouTube ecosystem.
That's just where it came up first, and I went, yeah, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
YouTube
realized
has
after
it.
I should have bought it on Apple. It would have been better.
Oh, I was just curious because we live within the Apple ecosystem, so we're just tied to it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I live in the physical media system most of the time, so it was kind of like a rookie move to be like, hey, it's on YouTube for $6 to own. Sure, I'll get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was feeling real saucy. All right, so the last thing we do around here, Micah, do you know about Letterboxd, the app Letterboxd? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Ooh, we got a newbie.
Letterboxd is a film lovers app. And the whole point of it is you log your movies that you watch. You can rate them out of 5 stars.
Okay.
And people leave reviews on Letterboxd. But the best thing about Letterboxd is that some people's reviews are so specific to what movie that you watched. People are like snarky and funny on it. I love reading Letterboxd reviews. It's also really fun for, people who watch a lot of movies. It's like a Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. You get all your information. So it tells you how many movies you've watched. It breaks it down by this is the director you watched, or this is the production company you watched the most of. It gives you all this fun information for people who love to watch movies. Plus, you can find friends on there, and you can comment on their reviews and like reviews. Social media light, I like to say. But I spend a lot of time on Letterboxd, so I like to pull a couple reviews of the films that we watch for this show. So here are some of the reviews that I found for D.A.R.Y.L on Letterboxd.
D.A.R.Y.L.
Sarah says, "Oh, to be a data analyst, robotic youth life form again. 4 stars." Dave says, "Love that they showed and didn't tell how the best character got his name. Turtle emoji. 3.5 stars." Which is so we kind of talked about it, but it's so funny that his name is Turtle and nobody bats an eye. Everybody calls him Turtle.
I have loved that since I was a kid. I don't know why. Because his real name is Sebastian or something else,
Yeah. And the last one that I found here, this charming Amy says, "When I was a kid, I watched this movie at a sleepover and it terrified me. I thought that I might be a robot." No review. This is the first time that I have there was lots of reviews. There was about 800 reviews. This is the first time that I've ever actually gone through every single review on Letterboxd. I reached the bottom of it, and I was only able to find 3 that were worth reading on the show. There's lots of analytical reviews on Letterboxd, but I don't really like to focus on those. I want the funny ones.
He likes a funny quip.
Quips. I like a quip, exactly. At one point I was getting so far and I read one and I was like, whoa, that's very similar. That's like exactly what I wrote. And then I realized, I got to my own review in the page. I was just reading
this guy thinks exactly what I think.
Yeah, I was like, that's literally what it was my review.
That's funny.
All right. So the very last thing we have to do around here is we have to rate it ourselves out of 5 stars each individually. Half stars are totally allowed. Jay, would you like to give us your rating first, please?
I would. I'd also like to give you credit for what has got to be our longest episode yet. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I just saw the clock. This is going to be over 3.5 hours.
This is just before you get that. This is Ryan Dole, who was on our Follow That Bird episode. Ryan Ryan does his own live stream show on Wednesdays that starts later than ours. So he's clearly finished his show and is coming to check in our show. So thanks for coming back, Ryan. Check out Gotham City Tonight on YouTube.
That's hilarious. Yes. I mean, I had fond memories of this movie as a kid. I was looking forward to watching it. I wanted you to see it so we could talk about it. This was very enjoyable to me tonight, listening to other people, enjoy and like this movie. It checks a lot of boxes for me. As an adult, of course, I saw imperfections in it. But when it comes to what I like about a movie, a good ride, a good story, good production design, give me good visuals, good camera work. If the acting and writing can be good, that's a bonus. This one also adds the nostalgic factor, and it did not disappoint. If anything, it actually was better than I remembered, because I'd probably never seen it in widescreen at all. I'd probably only ever seen it in Pan and Scan 4:3. And I definitely had never seen it in 4K on a 85-inch television. So it was beautiful. I was really taken with it. I was in the world. I loved it. So all of those things, I give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know that it deserves it. I don't do half stars. I feel like last week I probably would have given it 3.5 stars. Might be true for this week, but being that I don't, I'm comfortable giving it 4 stars. I would watch it again right now.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the ride. It was so comfortable to be in that world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Micah, would you like to go next? Give us your rating and quick review if you'd like.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that when I watch it, like I said, it's a timestamp of what Orlando was looking like in that time. And there's not a lot of footage of Orlando in 1985. So seeing these little streets and these sets and everything, I have that nostalgia for being a resident here now and finding those locations. And when you get there, it's like, oh, it feels like the movie. And then I think, oh yeah, I do like this movie because I like the way it feels. It's like there's scenes in like when they're in the baseball scene and him and Turtle are talking with the dog and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like the town of Teen Wolf. And I like movies like that where I want to visit that town. I want to,
which is also Hill Valley, California.
Exactly. I love the vibe that you get at filming locations because it feels like the movie. And so when I see this movie now as an adult and everything after going to the locations, it's obviously a nostalgic thing for Orlando for me. But as a kid watching it, it was the peanut butter movie. Like I said, it was the one that was always on. It was the one that was
peanut butter movie. That's good.
Yeah. Like, why is this this kid, is he a robot? Like, I don't think I understood it as much as a kid.
Same here.
But there was still something about Andy and Joyce, Turtle, D.A.R.Y.L. I loved everybody. I thought they were all so cool. There was not anybody in this movie that I really hated except for the military people. And with the music, the action, the comedy, the everything that has going, I'm gonna go like with Jay, a 4. It's the only thing I wish it had maybe one song that was like a hit song or something that was like the D.A.R.Y.L song, because there's definitely
energy boost.
You're right.
There's different vibes with the music all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So and every other movie from that generation had one. You're exactly right. You're the best.
There's always
yeah.
There's always that one song that gets you.
And you go,
and
that's
I think
the
D.A.R.Y.L
movie.
was lacking it. Yeah.
Yeah. During the car chase, during the military coming out, like, just some sort of boost to get you going, get the people going.
Yeah.
Because they did pay for music. There is music in the movie. You're right.
Oh yeah.
So do you think if this was a success, if it got seen by people, right? Do you think that one of those sort of obscure songs that are in the movie might have been a hit? Or is
the ending, the song at the end is definitely like a ballad, I mean, it has potential.
They're all ballads though. It's like
they are all ballads. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't have a good film score like E.T. had, but it also didn't have a score or anything like with modern music like Back to the Future did, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Fletch has its amazing theme song.
So
you know,
good.
I love Fletch theme song, and I think D.A.R.Y.L was just kind of lacking in the music world.
Yeah.
So I don't walk away humping. Yeah, I walk away humming that, but I never walk away from D.A.R.Y.L humming the song.
There's two movies from that time period, Fletch and what's the one with Midnight Run? Fletch and Midnight Run, where they literally use one track throughout the entire movie, and you're like almost sick of it by the end, but you just hum it for the next 3 days.
You do.
Yeah. Midnight Run, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Me too.
I love that movie so much.
Me too.
Yeah. I watched like 25 minutes of it on TV the other day, just because I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another one. If you know it well, you can pick it up anywhere and watch, any section of it and just be delighted.
Actually,
the Charles Grodin versus Robert De Niro, amazing.
God, I can't get enough of it.
I agree. I want 3 more movies.
Again, right at the very end, real quick tangent. The night that I was watching 20 minutes of Midnight Run because it was on TV, Renee and I, my wife, we were like, what are we going to watch? And we had just been recently talking about Beverly Hills Cop because I realized I had, but at the time I thought I had never sat down and watched Beverly Hills Cop from start to finish, only ever caught it on TV. I've never seen any of the sequels. And we were like, well, let's watch Beverly Hills Cop. Put it in, boom, directed by Martin Brest. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's the director of Midnight Run. So we went from watching Midnight Run randomly to then deciding to watch Beverly Hills Cop, and it was a Martin Brest night.
Did you watch it all the way through?
Yeah, we watched Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, awesome!
So I had seen it. I had seen it all.
Axel F, baby.
But and speaking of a song that plays throughout the movie, that Axel F theme plays so much during the movie that I'm like, that is exactly why it is such a memorable song that everybody knows, everybody can sing, peers and all, as references to other movies, because
that like
song 25. Yeah.
That song was in the Great Movie Ride at Disney MGM Studios at the very end of the finale. They play like The Entertainer with Charlie Chaplin, and then they go into all these other things, and then it goes to Axel F like in the 80s, like kind of thing. I was like, that's kind of cool that Disney picked the Axel F theme, for that. It's iconic as hell.
And first movie score to be done entirely on a synthesizer. Has that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, I can't remember the guy's name who did the song. Dan Fogler.
Faltermeyer.
Falkenmeyer.
Yeah. It's like, is it Richard Faltermeyer or something?
That sounds right. I mean, obviously, I was way off.
Okay, my review for D.A.R.Y.L.
And what do you think, Brandon?
I really enjoyed this movie. The whole time I was like, God, I wish I owned this 4K Vinegar Syndrome. I think I'm going to try to track it down. It's good. Like thank you, Orguni and Dave. Harold Faltermeyer.
That's it. Yeah, Harold Faltermeyer.
I really liked it. I love Michael McKean. I did like the tone. I think that there is just like very, very minor little issues with it, and even saying that is like, seems too strong. Like they're like so minute. We've sort of talked about the end. I feel like there's like sort of like a weird, a weird, shoehorn at the end, but maybe that's just, I don't have the nostalgia for it. But I think the performances are great. I think the movie looks good. I think it's interesting. It's an original movie. And I did like the information that they put out. It seemed realistic. It seemed well thought out.
Even 40 years later, I can't poke holes in their technology. They're talking about things that are relevant today.
Well, and just even their logic, their story logic, there's not a lot of like holes in that. So
good Bible.
I think similarly to you, Jay, except on the other side of it. If I was a half-star man, this would be a 3.5-star movie. But I have to give it a 3-star. But on Letterboxd, you can give films a heart. So I'm saying 3 stars only because I have the minor little problems, and I can't give it a 4.
Yeah.
And I did give it the heart on Letterboxd because it's a solid, good movie that deserves for people to watch. And there will be people that will enjoy it first time viewing even more than I do. But I had a good time watching it, and I liked the movie quite a bit. So I'm a solid 3 stars and a heart, I'd like to say.
I feel like I'm starting to get to know you and your tastes in things, because while there's no way to prove it, that's exactly how I thought you were going to receive this movie.
And I knew you were going to give it a 4, and I was like, Micah might give it a 5. I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how his rating system works.
It's not a 5. I think if I didn't go 4 with Cobra, what the hell was it? The other one, Commando last week. I don't know that I would have today for the same reason. And if I had to do Commando again now, I probably wouldn't give it the 4 I did last week. I was expecting to hate that movie, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I was like, I was on a high of surprise that I answered how I did.
It was a part of me that during the course of our conversation, in the back of my head, I was like, I've already logged my 3 on Letterboxd, but are these guys gonna convince me to hit the 4? But it's just, it's so close. Like and like I said, and same with you, Jay. Like we just, for whatever reason,
there's no reason
do that. We don't do the half stars. It's just
no reason.
I don't care if people do it. It's something that I do, and it's something that Jay does. But it's like just nearly there. But again, it goes back to why I understand it's this forgotten classic. Not enough people have seen it. Not enough people are continuing to talk about it or to celebrate it. I mean, even when I was sort of doing research on the 4K release that came out a couple of years ago, there was even people like, oh my God, I can't believe that Vinegar Syndrome did this movie. Like that. What? Out of nowhere. So, I mean, it's good. Like it's nowhere near bad. It's not.
How do you compare it to Explorers?
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing because like we've talked about, Explorers is like 75% the greatest kid 80s movie I've ever seen.
Totally.
Right up there with
well
E.T.
said.
It's just, they just didn't have a handle on the end. And other than like those couple of things for D.A.R.Y.L that we talked about at the end, it feels rushed. I almost can't really put my finger on exactly what sort of makes this movie, to me, kind of baseline.
Humdrum. I think you guys all said it. I think a different school. I love Marvin Hamlish, and I like what was in this movie. But if it was treated differently with an ongoing score, which gave us some kind of idea of what was happening tonally because of how it changed, that would have been very beneficial, I think, to the memorability of this film. Because otherwise, I think everyone who saw it has a personal experience, which is nice to an extent. But then you don't have. It's not a communal love.
D.A.R.Y.L himself needed like a theme song.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he needed a little computer theme, a little synth theme.
Well, but
exactly.
So I was thinking the same, but that would have given it away. If we give her the Small Wonder treatment, like
that's true.
Then we know he's a robot.
As soon as you use a synthesizer,
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. But when you were talking about how, like, you know, nobody's talking about it, you're right. But like, there was a time when people, I wouldn't say forgot about Back to the Future, but it wasn't on the top of all the streamers. Like we were talking about the other day, you couldn't buy T-shirts and stuff. There wasn't anything out there. In fact, they wouldn't. If Back to the Future was as popular as it is now, they never would have gotten rid of the ride.
No.
They would have continued to license that shit forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'd be so crusty now.
Oh yeah.
I know.
It would suck. It would be awful.
It'd be bad.
You're totally right. Just vomit stains and broken gullwing doors.
Yeah. The film would be all scratched. The film loop.
Oh, that's hilarious. I never thought about that.
Well,
how do we do? Is it been 4 hours yet?
Officially, our longest episode yet. I think. I'd have to double check, but I think you got the crown, Micah. Yeah. I mean, any other final thoughts on D.A.R.Y.L? I think we've pretty much said it all. If people are looking for a good solid peanut butter hour and 40 on a Sunday afternoon with the kids, with your family, with your partner, it's a good time.
What Micah called a rainy day movie, it's a perfect rainy day movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Just throw it on and watch till the very end, and you'll walk away feeling good.
I just want to confirm if Micah has the crown.
Oh, well, and we'll guarantee it while we look.
Do.
I see. Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
You are officially the longest episode. World of Micah, the D.A.R.Y.L episode, almost cracking 3 hours and 40 minutes. The show is nuts. This show is insane. We should be put in jail.
It's too long.
You probably are the only. We're probably the only three who've ever talked about this film this long.
Twice as long as the actual movie. More than twice.
We probably have a record.
I will say, we did 53 minutes of non-D.A.R.Y.L talk at the top of this episode. Because I remember seeing 53 minutes and we've barely talked about D.A.R.Y.L. Oh my God, we gotta get going. I can't thank you enough, Micah, for being a friend, coming on the show. You've been through a lot recently. We've been through a lot as well. I love you, Micah, and I really hope that we get to spend more time together and get to hang out and talk more. Because I told you this time and time again. You are my Maxine friend. You are my X trilogy.
There it is. That's the one.
Adam was one of the only people that I could actually fanboy over these movies, particularly like even this release of this box set. But I'm so excited that I have somebody else that I can talk Maxine
always.
With. It's a film that I
love.
And
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, exactly. So,
this was my pleasure being
Brandon,
on
before you go ahead. Sorry. Before you plug, my friend told me that those are on whenever he told whatever the fuck. I'm going to buy those the moment they're on sale. I'm tracking them. I'm tracking them left and right because I was told by my friend the exact same thing you said, Brandon, that they're all exceptional. So I'm sorry. Well, just know that I'm looking for it. I'm trying to catch up.
I've got the regular. I've got the book. There's X. I've got the book. I've got them all. Pearl in the book.
Wow.
He was explaining to me all the different stories and yet how they're still connected, and it sounded very interesting. I thought it was like
Maxine Mink's headshot. They gave this out at a special screening. This has all of her credits on it here. This was a special screening of Pearl that they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like her headshot and resume. That's hilarious.
This is her headshot and resume. And if you called the number, there was a little message from Maxine. But yeah, they did a screening of Pearl before Maxine came out, and they handed these out.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
Where can people find you on the internet, Micah?
Everything is under World of Micah. If you go to my Instagram, there's like a link tree that'll send you to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and other things.
And like I mentioned, World of Micah, the YouTube channel is in the description below. Micah's D.A.R.Y.L filming locations are in the link below. I also wanted to shout out the day that we recorded that Adam the Woo celebration. You had recorded and have now posted a Adam the Woo early years, sort of chronicling your early days with Adam, the places that you guys would frequent. And it's a really, really great video if people haven't seen it and they want to hear some early Adam stories. that video is in the description as well, because it's a wonderful video, and
Thank you.
we love hearing you talk about that guy, right?
I will talk about him every day.
Yeah.
It was a difficult video to do, but I figured the best way to do it was just go from the beginning and show where we met. And I'm blessed that I know where we met and I have it on video. Like I have the moment we became like acquaintances on his video.
Yeah.
You know, forever.
And
then
I feel the exact same way, right? Like I have that video of when he came to visit us for the first time last year, and we got to have that experience. Like that's the thing that I feel so lucky, is that all of the time that I got to share with Adam, there's these videos that I get to relive and rewatch all of those great moments and time. So very fortunate in that sense that those memories will never fade for me, because I have all of the videos that he made of all of our time together. So very special.
Yeah. Adam did the D.A.R.Y.L filming locations too, long ago.
Yes, I did watch that video.
Man, I can't. All right, so I'm watching both of these tonight, I guess.
I think it's like 13 years ago or something like that, like early. In fact, I actually don't even think it's a Daily Woo video. I think it's an Adam the Woo.
It's an Adam the Woo video.
Adam the Woo, because it has edits in it. But yeah, you can find that on YouTube. Adam's very early D.A.R.Y.L filming locations.
Love it.
Jay, where can people find you on the internet?
Thank you, Brandon. Porsche Life 111 is where we are most of the time. On Tuesdays, you can find us over here in the late night playset.
There it is.
That's YouTube and Instagram. Usually you can find me out on the road, thanks to Mobile One. we'll be getting back up to Astoria hopefully soon, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I think that's probably it, right? Follow a Blockbuster Year, all the places. That's the Wednesday show that we're doing right now, and with Brandon.
Yep.
How about you?
For all the movie car stuff, you can follow BC DeLorean on all the social media platforms. And like Jay said, subscribe to a Blockbuster Year. We do 3 hours and 43-minute live streams on the 1985 film D.A.R.Y.L. I can't believe we've gone this long. It's gonna
be on a Wednesday, Thursday morning for me.
Yeah, Greg is. Oh
right.
Shit! I
3
forgot.
hours.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, we're such bad hosts.
Seriously.
No, it's all good. I haven't stayed up this late in a long time.
You deserve the crown. It will take a lot for somebody to beat 3:45.
I love both of you because I wouldn't do this for anybody.
I appreciate that. I love you,
Micah.
This has been the best.
Greg Grunberg, by the way, next week. I still don't have a movie for him, but he's not going to go for this 4-hour shit.
Oh no, that's cool. We'll rein it in.
But as a team, I guess our guest next week is Greg Grunberg. You know him from anything J.J. Abrams has ever done, and certainly his own career as well. Yeah, Hollow Man, if you like that sort of thing.
Snap Wexley, Force Awakens, and Rise of Skywalker, and he is in a film that I'm actually looking forward to talking to him about. He is in The Fabelmans, the Steven Spielberg.
Oh, he is. Yeah, of course.
Movie. One of my absolute favorites. So, Greg Grunberg is our guest next week. We don't have a movie yet. He hasn't gotten back to us on his choice, so that will be announced on our Instagram once we get an answer from him.
Right, because we'll obviously all need to have seen the movie before. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm excited for this one though, and he's really excited to do it. I've known him a long time. I've known him.
Awesome.
He was one of the first people I met when I moved to LA because I worked on Felicity, and he was on Felicity.
Okay.
I've known him since 1999.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Wow.
If just look him up on IMDb, like he's been in a ton of stuff. People.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know his face. Good grief. And I was saying he's our second Star Wars person on the show, but you pointed out more specifically.
Yeah, he's our second X-Wing pilot that we've had as a guest. Paul Sun-Hyung Lee on our Rambo First Blood Part 2 episode is Captain Carson Teva, and Greg Grunberg is Snap Wexley, also an X-wing pilot. So look forward to that.
He grew up J.J. Abrams' best friend. So when you see like what's the one with the kids and the alien thing on the train? Yeah, so that's like he's supposed to be like the chubby kid in Super 8. Like he was part of the kid clique making movies and stuff.
I got to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen that in a long, long time.
That's a good one.
Same here, but I remember it being really good. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that is the era of the distracting J.J. Abrams lens flares.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
that was the Star Trek period. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that being like, okay, buddy, all right, buddy.
So does he not do that as much anymore? Oh, you're right. I didn't notice that in Star Wars 7, which I just saw for the first time.
No, I think he's over it.
Star Trek, it is distracting.
It's a lot.
Distracting.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry,
official time, 3 hours, 47 minutes. The king of a blockbuster year, 1985, World of Micah, longest episode yet. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for taking 12 days to watch or listen to this episode in small chunks. We love you all.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We will be back next Wednesday, 6:00 Pacific Standard Time. Micah needs to go to bed because he's got stuff to do tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah. We've got to take out the tape.
Rewind it.
Yeah, be kind.
Be kind,
love everybody.
Rewind. Have a good night. Peace out.